Okay, yeah, we'll do.
The officials and obviously saw the conditions. It's clear to you that there was no chance of football.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to KUMBTV's Eyes Up Mother Brown. It's freezing cold up here in the frozen north, as you can see. Look, you can see my screen as well. You don't want to see that, do you? There you go. Amateur as always. I am joined this afternoon by my good friends Rio down there in the sunny south, and also coming live from the other side of the pond this afternoon, and I don't mean the channel or anything like that, from coming from New York this afternoon, we have Noam. How you doing, buddy?
Wonderful thing, isn't it?
Good morning, as I should say over here. I'm not long out of bed, mate. So I'm here in the Smithfield Hall, which is home to the New York City Hammers. Already met one chap, fine fellow here called Tony. He's just his, who I walked in and said, "I know you. You're that way, Mother Brown, aren't you?" So little home from home here.
There you go. Worldwide famous Noam joining us live on the stream. Rio, how's things down there in the south of England this afternoon?
It is incredibly windy. I went out last night, and where I shaved my head, I really wish I'd grown it again for 2 or 3 years because my head was absolutely bitter. But since we're playing up north, I've adopted the northern fashion, short sleeves. Yeah, I'm gonna be wearing shorts later. I could disrobe completely if we win, you know.
Come on, we don't want to get thrown off it. We expect to see it. If we score, I want to see that shirt held aloft and twizzled round like that at some point. Or if we win anyway, maybe that'll
Not
be
with my shoulder, you won't.
Anyway, there it is. Myself, Rio, and Noam joining you this afternoon. Welcome to everyone joining us on the live stream. We are going to get straight into it. Kickoff's in about 22 minutes from now. Rio, because Noam is in New York this afternoon, is going to be taking us through the teams this afternoon. Rio, over to you, buddy. Who's lined up for West Ham and Man City this afternoon?
I'll start with the hosts, Manchester City.
Okay.
In goal for them is Ederson, have Kyle Walker, Ruben Diaz, Aymeric Laporte, João Cancelo, Ilkay Gundogan, Rodri, the Irish international Bernardo Silva, Riyad Mahrez, Gabriel Jesus, and Raheem Sterling. On the bench for the hosts as well, we have Stones, Ake Zinchenko, Stefan, Fernandinho, Carson, Palmer. That's 2 separate people, not the former Sheffield Wednesday midfielder. Or indeed, there is on the Cardinals quarterback of years gone by either. So it's Carson, then Palmer, and McAtee. The hosts are adopting that time-honoured West Ham tradition of utilising 2 keepers on the bench.
Ooh.
They must be down to their last 60-odd players, probably the last £1 billion. So it's obviously a Moyes-esque tribute, I would have said. Yeah, it's a definite tribute. 2 keepers on the bench. They're frightened.
Tough times at Man City. How about the Hammers?
Oh, West Ham United. One change to the starting lineup today, but it goes as follows. In goal, Lucas Fabianski, Ben Johnson, Craig Dawson, Kurt Zuma, Aaron Cresswell. Arthur Masuaku returns to the starting league lineup. And also we have Thomas Souček, Declan Rice, Said Benrahma, Pablo Fornals, and Mikel Antonio up top. On the bench for us, we have Sufal, Yarmolenko, Lanzini, Vlasic, Areola, Noble, Bowen, Diop, and Krell.
Thank you, Rio. There you go. This afternoon's teams coming from Rio there. West Ham United at Manchester City. Probably, you'd have to say, Noam, just about our toughest fixture of the campaign on paper. Of course, as we know, we don't play the game on paper. But one thing we were talking about quite a lot on Thursday night was the possibility of bringing Diop back in as a natural left-sided centre-half to play alongside Zuma. David Moyes is stuck with Craig Dawson. Do you think that's the right decision?
Yeah, I think when we were discussing this the other night, I said, particularly against Manchester City, you stick your best 2 defenders out there.
Yep.
So,
maybe one or other can adapt to so-called wrong position. Pinky, bless him, was always having a go at Yarmolenko for being one-sided, and I don't think either of these two are quite as bad as Yarmolenko, but in that respect. But I think you start with your best two defenders, and go for it from there. So hope the background isn't too distracting for everybody at the moment.
It's all good. It's the foreground we're worried about, but no.
Breakfast yet,
What's the t-shirt today? No, have we got anything special on? We should ask because we will get asked about it.
Yeah, it's IQ from the gig that they did on the 6th of July 1991.
Yep.
Definite reason for wearing it was that I was scouting through some old photos a few days back, and there's a picture of me enjoying a pint on my way home from this very city 30 years ago in July. We had a pleasant 2 weeks there with my aunt in Connecticut. And here we go. So it's a 30-year-old t-shirt, and it still fits.
Blimey.
So there you go. So I just want to wear it in honor, also in honor of me late. Very much a favourite.
Good stuff. There it is. That's the t-shirt view from the other side of the pond. Rio wearing the stage.
Andy Welsh will recognise that one when he comes on, if he comes on.
Good stuff. Rio, I don't know if you noticed that, but you were kind of looking to the side, but we almost synchronised drunk from the cans. It was almost as if we had been paid for a bit of
I'm working on it. On it.
freebies. Anyway, enough silliness. Are you surprised by that team? I mean, it looks like maybe a 3-4-3 formation, perhaps. With Masuaku coming back in the team. Obviously, he must have impressed David Moyes. Against Vienna the other night. You'd presume from that.
It's going to be a different game, though, isn't it? It was given the freedom of that left-hand side of the pitch against Vienna.
He was.
Man City will obviously not be so accommodating. Arthur's an absolute enigma, isn't he? You never know what you're going to get. But I think rather than him impressing Moyes the other night, I think it's an attempt to kind of counteract the Manchester City's attacking flair, shall we say?
Yep.
It offers Cresswell to either drop into a back three, Arthur playing left wing back, a deep lying left midfielder. He can be utilised in a defensive manner or an attacking manner.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather have seen an attacking position because, as we've discussed numerous times on this programme, you never know what he's going to do defensively. So I'd rather play safety first and play a more attacking role, keep Cole Walker, whoever's playing right back for City today, more occupied, and kick them further up the pitch. We've got a back three of Cresswell, Dawson, Zuma.
Mm-hmm.
They will be able to kind of marshal the back line. Johnson might be able to push forward a little bit more. Might see more attacking now from him. But, I think it's reactive more rather than proactive, to be honest.
Okay, good stuff. I mean, obviously that negates the issue we were talking about in terms of having the flat back four in the sense that we've now got three centre halves and Cresswell is coming in and playing on the left side, so you'd have to say that's pretty clever stuff from Moyes. But do you think that we've seen this a lot from Moyes in the past? He hasn't done it so much lately, but are you a fan of changing your team to accommodate the opposition rather than insisting they come and take you at your best? What do you make of that?
I think it's a modern phenomenon, isn't it? That's just the thing you do nowadays. I actually think it's a decent move today. As you say, it negates that whole playing Zoom on the wrong side. And against a team like this, if you're getting caught on the wrong angle, on your weaker foot, you're making life doubly difficult for yourself. Yeah. So I actually think it's a good move today. Normally I'm not a massive fan of it, but it's natural. But being away from home against probably the best side in the league, we've got a massive injury to kind of fill and accommodate. So I think it's actually a positive move. Okay, good stuff. One player we were talking about, another
player we were talking about on Wednesday in terms of what he brings in terms of attacking impetus to the team was Vladimir Soufal. You know, yeah, exactly. We noticed that young Ben wasn't particularly adept at getting forward last week at Wolves. We sort of examine the possibility of bringing Soufal in. Do you think that's right to keep Johnson back in there today, or do you think Soufal would have been a good injection into that team?
Yeah, whenever Johnson's played against us, he's had a really good game.
Yeah,
I can remember it might have been one of his early games, or even his debut. I can't remember now. A couple of seasons back, whenever it was against Manchester City. Usually injury crisis, so and he gets thrown defence, and he had a storming game. Yeah. And ever since then, every time we played, he's played well. So I have no problems with Johnson. I think Soufal's good. It's unfortunate he got injured, but he's got to fight his time and make his way back. Just a point, my learned friend Tony here was talking about Masuaku a minute ago.
Yeah.
And he said, if you could actually sort of take some of Ginge and blend that in with Masuaku, you'd have the player that we all want it to be. So, I'm very perceptive from Tony here. So, if he could swap, he can do this. You'll get rubbish out of me.
Well, maybe we can get him on a bit later. Maybe he can come and say, maybe he can come and say hello. No, I don't know if we can get the mic a tiny little bit closer to your mouth, because it's not particularly clear right now. So
how about that?
Maybe just lean in a little bit.
How about that?
Beautiful,
Hello.
beautiful.
New York calling London. New York calling
Perfect,
London.
absolutely spot on. Yeah, that'd be great. It's just we've got a little bit of interference on the background.
Yeah, sure.
Some people might not be able to hear you. Yeah,
I may have my first beer in a minute. It's not 9 o'clock yet. So.
Terrible. Good afternoon to Cockney Hammer, joining us on the live show. So there's someone running around in the garden out there. Wasn't sure if it was a burglar at first, but anyway. So good bench, Rio, for West Ham. Let's talk Man City for a minute. They had a very surprising defeat at home to Crystal Palace a few weeks ago. But any surprises in their team? And do you think they're likely to be infallible twice?
For me, there's no major surprises. I mean, you've got to look at the fact that Phil Foden's not there. Obviously, De Bruyne's out with COVID. I'm not sure the absence of Foden is. I've not really studied what they did in the week, whether he played or not.
Yeah.
His absence is a little bit of a mystery.
Yeah.
But with a squad that big, with that much money thrown at it, that much talent, they can afford to rest players. We know for a fact that Guardiola is a big fan of us at the moment. Yes, been very complimentary over the last few months or so. So he's definitely not taking this lightly. The defeat in the League Cup will also be testimony to that. So he's taking this obviously seriously. He's putting out a very incredibly strong side. There's no such thing as a weak Manchester City side nowadays.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, just look at that, the midfield and the forward three for them. If you're going to pick a weak link out, then it's Gabriel Jesus, and he's their only striker. So
not a bad.
It speaks volumes about the amount of money spent on that club, doesn't it, over the last few years? When he's the weak link.
It is madness. I mean, I'm talking about the Palace game there, and just having a quick look at Man City's results since that game on the 30th of October. They beat Bruges 4-1 in the Champions League. After that, they went to Old Trafford and won 2-0. They then beat Everton 3-0, and of course, in midweek beat Paris Saint-Germain 2-1. Gnome. It's not a bad little sequence of results, is it, lately? I mean, how tough is this? I know Preview Percy felt that, we might be able to nick a draw over there this afternoon. I mean, do you think that's likely, or is it going to be a case of, just try and keep the numbers down this afternoon? That was to you, No. Sorry,
yeah. Sorry. I'm sort of listening to about three things at once here as well. No, I think we get drawn.
Okay.
What you've got to look at is that, and again, I'm harking back to the other night when we did the post-match summing up. Sorry, that's that clearer, so I keep forgetting to lean forward. the post-match summing up where we, I mentioned, look, for the last maybe 5-6 games we played against them, we've played very well, and we've deserved what we've got. We deserve. When we lost 2-1 up there last year in the league, we're a bit unlucky. And Guardiola himself has said, we after the League Cup game, we knew we were in for a game because they gave us games last year. So we've got to the situation with this lot that we like playing against them, and I think.
Okay. Can I push you for a score prediction?
2-2.
2-2. Okay, thank you very much. 2-2 says Gnome this afternoon. If you're watching us on the live stream on YouTube, let us know what you feel the score is going to be this afternoon. Always enjoy seeing your predictions. Gnome says 2-2. Rio, are you feeling as confident as that this afternoon?
I'm not quite as confident. I'm actually going to go for a defeat just because it's Manchester City, as I keep saying. The amount of money they've got, the amount of talent they've got, and we're still pretty much the early stages of our journey towards stardom and greatness at the moment, aren't we, in London, boys? So I think we're going to have a narrow 2-1 defeat today.
Okay, 2-1 defeat, says Rio. Oh, do you know what? I'm going to go for a win, just because. 2-1 West Ham. 2-1 to West Ham. Why not? One. So there you go. One of us has got to be right. Anyway, 1 win, 1 draw, 1 defeat from the team this afternoon. As I said, let us know what you think the score's going to be on live stream in the chat. Someone very, very confident is and possibly not a West Ham fan anyway, but someone called Transfer News Wayne Rooney says Manchester City 0, West Ham United 17. There you go. I think we'd all take that, wouldn't we? Just about, if you offered that before the game and all that sort of thing, Anyway, there you go. Hi, Andy. Good to see you on the stream. Hope you're doing well. Rio, should we take a quick deep dive into the KUMB.com forum match thread and just have a little look and see what our fellow Hammers offensive are they as confident as me? Are they as pessimistic as you? Or are they sort of on the fence as Gnome? What do we see?
Yeah, you just have to bear with me just 1 second because I'm utilising my wife's iPad for the forum thing. And her setup of how she's got her icons everywhere, it's an absolute mess. I'm going to have stern words from her when she comes home from work. So where I take screenshots of the interesting items on the forum, it's not quite clear. So let me dive back in.
Right, well, I'll tell you what. While you're doing that, I can tell you what the Man City fans are saying on the Blue Moon -mcfc.co.uk. And actually, they're just arguing with each other by the look of it. I'm complaining about the fact that there is no live link. Of course, if you are looking for a link, look at the KUMB.com forum in the streaming links 21-22 thread. You might find 1 or 2 in there. No, there isn't actually. It's just people arguing with each other. And as I said, looking for streams on the Man City forum. No, Rio, over to you. So what have you got?
Still nothing. I'm going to have to dive back in for.
All right, no worries.
Then, but
no,
I will find it. Bear with me 1 second.
All right, good stuff.
And we're live again.
All right,
so Bubbles 1966. There's no real surprises there with the tuck to the side. Moyes always doubles up at fullback against these lot. Tristan Shout, just reiterating what we said earlier, very slim looking bench from Manchester City with 2 keepers. Weren't we moaning about that not so long ago? Moore's the hero. I would have gone for Diop at left centre back instead of Cresswell. He's more for speed and heading ability. Funky Chicken is put. The only thing I was surprised about was the player which Moyes dropped to make way for a back 5. Jared Bowen, who works his socks off defensively over Ben Rama, was a change I wasn't anticipating. But maybe Moyes has thought, as we're playing with a back 5, we could do with more pace on the counter. And if Antonio has another poor performance at least, we can bring a fresh Bowen off the bench to play in the forward role. He's wondering who we're going to play on the right, though. Would it be Ben Rama or Fornals? Probably the last one. Gaz. Cresswell acts as a left centre back when we don't have the ball, but he actually gets forwards quite a bit when we do have it. I don't think we've deployed that system for quite a while, so it'd be interesting to watch if we could watch it. Gaz, as I said, there's links in the forum. Crouching Hammers, but I don't think it would be a back 5. It more likely be a back 4 where Masuaku plays a deep left winger. Of course, it does enable us to switch formations during the game. A few interesting comments about the setup. Not so many match predictions today on the forum so far. I think it's more due to the opposition we're playing than anything, though.
Yeah, we've only had one on the live chat on YouTube, but I can tell you, interestingly, looking at the Man City view before the game, seems a lot of them are quite critical of the fact that they're starting with 2 goalkeepers on the bench when they say they could have played 1 or 2 youth players. For example, where are we? Yeah, I mean, a guy, Panic at the Disco, says we've got a spare spot on the bench. It's just belligerent spitefulness to not put a youth player on the bench, especially when we have 2 goalkeepers, which is utterly pointless. And there seems to be quite a few comments of, in a similar vein with regards to Pep Guardiola's choices there. And David Almago Silva says it's probably wishful thinking, but I'm hoping we can have this game won by half time and Makate gets a decent run out in the second half. With multiple injuries, he's got a great opportunity to get some game time and impress the manager, because when Kevin De Bruyne, Foden, Grealish and Torres are back, it'll be so difficult to even get in the matchday squad. So, yeah, they're reasonably confident. Also, John Stone's missing today as well, which is another interesting one. But Man City certainly not at full strength. West Ham pretty much at full strength. No, we've got quite a few players in that team, haven't we? Excuse me, that have been rested now, had a week off. So, no complaints really from David Moyes or the boys today. If in terms of being lethargic or suffering with a lack of fitness in any way. I mean, who have we got? We've got Fabianski didn't travel, did he? Who else have we got there who didn't play in midweek?
No, that's fine. Sorry, I've just been asked to refill coffee. One of the things I love is this.
Yeah, I'm just saying that the players we've. Sorry, go on. I don't know if you heard the question or not.
Yeah, Declan didn't play. We've got the pictures up now from the ground. Which they've just been just about to come out. Declan didn't play. He was travel, but he didn't play, so he had to list up. And Press mentioned didn't play. Antonio and Fab didn't actually travel. So, yeah, a few very important players should be rested. It's very icy up there at the so I'm being past notes here and everything.
I thought you was being applauded for a minute.
Yeah, no, it's
that was your fan club just walked in. Yeah.
Yeah, walked out again.
Or in the wrong place.
Yeah, but no, as I say, the teams just come out. West Ham are out now, City are out. It's noticeable the ice where they've scraped it off the pitch and I don't know if you've got, it looks like sleet's falling quite heavily there at the moment. But,
yeah.
City goalkeepers come up with one of those stupid things for this. It must be
Edison. Yeah. Well,
anyway, good morning. First of the day. It's just about 9 o'clock, so I'll get up early.
Cheers. There it is. So we're just about to.
Smithfield Hall Lager. So it's just rather ironically, I don't see that on here. Cheers to summer.
No, that's the free plug. That's why they keep filling your glass up, isn't it? You're getting free plugs in to our huge audience currently on YouTube. But we are just about to kick off anyway. As we said, West Ham, a number of players there who are fit, had a week's rest, as Noam said there, the likes of Antonio and Fabianski didn't even travel with the Austrian party in the week. So we are ready to go. This is just about it. This should be on paper, as we said, West Ham's most difficult fixture of the season. We'll see how it pans out. West Ham making a few changes. Looks like we're going 3-4-3 or possibly 5-3-2, 5-4-1. But we'll see how it pans out in the next few minutes. We are just waiting for kickoff. It is 2 o'clock actually by my reckoning, so it means my stream's probably a little bit behind. Rio, how are you doing for stream? You okay?
I'm getting nothing at the moment.
Okay.
I'm on. Oh, sorry. Here we go. No, it's going to be Leicester and Watford.
Well, I've got one anyway, so we can. There you go. There's the noise. We can keep you up to date there. As we're just seeing a nice picture of the pitch there. Everyone out there, it's freezing conditions up in Manchester this afternoon. The snow and the sleet scraped off the pitch before the game. David Moyes and Pep Guardiola exchange handshakes as they both go back to the bench. Both managers well suited for the conditions this afternoon, wrapped up nicely. David Moyes looking rather pensive on the side there. We've got Spencer Neal. Hi, Spencer, Rob, Hobo. Spencer going for a 2-1 West Ham win. So I'd like to see Spence, bit of enthusiasm. And we're just about to kick off. Noam, who's our match official this afternoon? He's chatting away. Can't hear me. Is that another beer, Rio, he's got in his hand, or is that the same one he had 10 minutes? I think
it's a different one. I think he's on a session. Not even 9 o'clock over in New York.
Shocking.
This is going to end in carnage.
We're just about to kick off. It is Michael Oliver, Noam, isn't it? Of course, our match official today.
Yeah, it is indeed Michael Oliver. We'll do a time check here because I'm actually watching it on a genuine TV thing rather than on stream. It may be a case that despite being 3,500 miles away, I might be ahead of you somewhere along the line. But so if you hang on with me for the start, and then we'll get the time check done, and then I'll go on mute to keep the background noise down. So
okay.
Taking the knee as we speak.
Well, I'm about 20 seconds in already, so you're obviously watching from a dodgy stream over there in the pub.
Okay, so we're behind you then. Right, we're off anyway, so I'll go mute and I'll just chip in as and when, guys.
All right, buddy. Thank you. I'll give you a shout. Michael Oliver, of course, today's official. The game underway. Man City breaking on the left-hand side. And then we're just going to, Rio, I think we need Declan Rice, great interception, straight in, a little 1-2 with side Benrahma. Rice bursting away into the centre now. West Ham will obviously look to counter as much as possible this afternoon. Long ball played over the top, but it's pretty hopeless pass, misdirected from side Benrahma. But yeah, we'll, Rio, we need to just keep an eye on what's going on and just have a look at the shape. I mean, it looks like... I'm not quite sure what sort of shape where are you on your time, Rio? I'm
45 seconds in at the moment.
Okay, so I'm on 1 minute.
Just seeing as we defended that last attack from City, it did definitely look like a back five to me.
Yeah,
Cresswell definitely tucked in on the left hand side of the 3 centre backs, and Arthur was deep. But as City coming forward just now, and I'm about now, Cox just gone off. But Arthur is now in a 4 in midfield. So it looks like a 3-4-3.
Yeah.
But I think when City do attack properly, he'll drop back into a kind of left wing back position.
Well, we're just seeing that on my stream now. He's essentially playing left back with City playing on the right hand side. I think I'm about 25 seconds in front of you at the moment, Rio. But 150 we're on my stream at the moment. But yeah, it certainly looks like a 5 when we're defending, and possibly a 3-4-3 when we're looking to go forward. But West Ham sat deep in our own half at the moment. 2 minutes gone, still no goals, which is always good. Ball played over the top, but that's easy for Fabianski, who just lets it run out for a goal kick for West Ham and puts a few more seconds on the clock. That was interesting, actually. No, I don't know if you spotted that over there, but the entire City bench all took the knee, but kind of from their seats. It was sort of a half knee. They were sitting down and limped forward on a knee. I've never seen that before. Have you seen the benches take the knee before? It's not something I'm aware of.
I did notice that, I'm afraid, mate. So
yeah,
so I'm just catching up. I'm about 20 seconds behind because the ball's Fabianski's just let the ball run harmlessly out for a goal kick to take the words for it. So
okay.
Yeah, I hadn't noticed that before, to be honest.
Right. No, I was going to say I've never noticed any other bench doing it, but interesting.
I think the game so far it's taken the usual fairly predictable tenet that we thought it would, insofar as we'll sit back. But you know, when we get the ball and we're taking it around, we do look fairly good. That's what I've just done.
Yeah.
I'm judging by the fact that you haven't jumped up and down the score.
Right, this,
you know, but those, I don't know about you, conditions do look a little bit difficult. The players are being a bit tentative on the foot.
Yeah. Well, we're just seeing City attack. Ball's delivered in from the left-hand side. Kurt Zuma wins the header. Declan Rice wins the second ball. Masuaku on the ball. Now, this is quite definitely a 5 at the back when we're out of possession, and a 3-4-3 when we're in possession, because we've just seen Masuaku break to the left when we had the ball, but City have the ball back now. It's Jesus out on the right-hand side up against Aaron Cresswell, who's backing off. Jesus gets the cross in, but Zuma does well to cut it out. So good defending so far from West Ham. Not looking too bad, looking quite solid as the ball's played out on the left to side Benrahma. Benrahma now looks to beat his man, but Ruben's done very, very well just to put the ball back to his goalkeeper there. 0-0, as we said. Diaz, that was Ruben Diaz. And the ball's back with Edison now, with 4 minutes on the clock. Early days yet, Rio, but doing all right so far. I mean, it looks like we've got that shape. Looks like we're well drilled anyway, and everyone seems to know their role and purpose on the pitch out there today. Yeah,
very much so. It obviously worked on it in training, despite the fact we've been abroad at the same time. A couple of minutes ago, Arthur had a little kind of spell in midfield, really nice twinkle toe football around the City midfield.
Yeah.
So hopefully that little performance in weight has given a bit of a confidence boost, because now when his head does drop, he's even more of a liability at times. So now he had a decent run out in the week. So this hopefully he's taken heart from that. Starting the day's going to give him a boost as well. So integrating back into the squad, he's a more than useful acquisition, isn't he? We need someone left-sided who can provide options there, because poor Aaron's been flogged to death this year.
Long ball played down the left, looking for Antonio. Antonio's done well to hold Diaz off. He approaches the penalty area, cuts inside. He's going to let one go. No, he's played it across to Ben Rama. Oh, and it's a really good chance for Ben Rama. Just didn't quite manage to get it under control. It was on the edge of the 6-yard box. Low centre, played in by Michail Antonio. I think City were expecting the shot to come in there. Kind of backed off, and he played it across the area looking for Ben Rama on the 6-yard box. And unfortunately, the Algerian couldn't quite just get it under control. It could have been a really good chance. But anyway, Man City back in possession. But I mean, that's good stuff, Noam, really, isn't it? I mean, it looks like, we're not going to sit back and just, try and sit out the next 90 minutes. It looks like we're going to have a go whenever possible. That's for Noam. He's chatting away there. He's got his fan club. Look, he's well away.
So sorry, guys, because we're just seeing the charts that you were talking about 20 seconds ago. So you can imagine we're all reacting a bit. So it's hard doing. It's like doing 2 games at once.
Yes.
I just couldn't control it there. But great work from Antonio. That's prime Antonio. That was. You certainly keeps the defenders honest. And what I will say, and I don't know your streams it's coming over, but it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon after trains ain't running. Dreadful weather, and all I've heard so far is Bubbles and Antonio, and so fair play to the guys who've made the trip. And job for the captain, not aware of it. So this is, as I say, much as we expected, but a few years ago, to say we're getting beaten 5-0 every week by them, we'd be sitting back and it would be just a matter of time. By this time, what are we on my screen? It's 6 and 3/4 minutes in, and City would have had 2 or 3 chances. The keeper would have had saves, and you'd be thinking, matter of time. But,
they've just had one there. Kyle Walker's
I've just
let one go.
Not
a million miles away. Giving a bit too much room there, Noam, on the edge of the box.
Given a bit too much room, but you know what? I'll have that, because City sort of good shot. City sort of stock in trade, if you like, is 28 passes to find someone loose inside the box. It's 7 minutes gone, and they're now having a look at long distance efforts. Now, okay, they might get one in on target, but if we're reducing them to that at the moment, then we're defending deep, but we are defending. That's the main thing. We're not just sitting deep; we're defending deep and defending well. We're getting those little tackles in, and the longer that goes on, the more we can then, as we saw with the Antonio Benrahma, we'll get a few of those. Keep going. So I'm happy at the moment, anyway.
Yeah, good stuff. Just
seeing
your
usual broadcast.
Okay. Thomas Souček's just nipped in to win a ball in midfield. West Ham very, very sharp. Not giving Man City any time on the ball so far, Rio, but it seems to be working both ways at the moment, because the Hammers have conceded position just on the halfway line as we look to take control of the ball from there. Happy so far, Rio? 8.5 minutes in?
Yeah, very much so. I mean, as Noam said, if they're going to resort to taking pot shots from 30 yards all day, I'll be more than delighted with that. It's going to take a worldie to go in.
Yeah.
The chance that Benrahma had, there was someone on the right-hand side. If he'd have left that, I know it's probably a little bit harsh to say that, but a little bit more awareness could have been an even more dangerous chance for there, because I think it's 4 miles on the right-hand side in acres of space.
Yeah, and also Souček a little bit unlucky when the ball broke from Ben Rama, not to get anything on it. Anyway, City breaking down the right-hand side. It's just gone out of play. The ball was played down the line looking for Gundogan, and it's just gone out of play before the German could retrieve it, and West Ham have a goal kick. It is beginning to snow. I wouldn't say it's heavily, but the pace is certainly picking up with those flakes falling at the Etihad Stadium this afternoon. Is that a yellow football we've got there? I think it is. Oh, we're just seeing that chance again, actually, Rio, and you're absolutely, that's a really good observation. Absolutely spot on. It's Fornals arriving really, really late at the far post. And if Benny had dummied that, then, he's got a clear shot on goal. So good spot, that one, mate.
Yeah, I am useful every now and then. Not often. But, yeah, I've seen that now. Yeah, obviously, when someone like Ben Rama's in front of the goal, his natural instinct is to attack the ball. But a little bit more awareness, and could be 1-0 there.
Yep. Is Masuaku on the ball for West Ham on the left, cuts inside, plays it across to the onrushing Johnson, who scoots down the right-hand side looking for the overlap. Fornals plays it back out to Johnson. Johnson to the right of the penalty box, chips across in. It's easily dealt with by Man City, but Declan Rice picks it up, plays it to Masuaku. Masuaku turns, plays it out left. And it's Cresswell down the line to side Ben Rama. Ben Rama turns back to Cresswell. Cresswell looking for options. West Ham looking to build. Here's Masuaku looking to get into the box. Tries to put a low crossover. It's cut out. Tries again. It's a better cross. And it's a dangerous, dangerous delivery. Michail Antonio not far away from that one. And it could have also gone to Ben Rama again. And West Ham, they're only half chances, aren't they? Known, but we're looking threatening on the break here.
Yeah, just catching up with you. There's that dangerous cross that's gone in, and I mean, I'll just say to Tony that we look incisive when we're going forward on the break. And a lot of snow coming down now. This is a good performance so far in the first 10, 80 minutes to go. But myself crossing in to say you're ahead of me. But no, I'm happy with the way this started. Very, very happy indeed.
Yeah, we're just seeing West Ham breaking on the right-hand side. I mean, it's getting quite difficult to see now because the snow really is coming down quite heavily at the Etihad Stadium in Manchester. But I'm not sure if it was Fornals or who was bundled off the ball, but it was almost like he hit a brick wall and bounced off it. But the referee waved play on with advantage. He hasn't called it back for a yellow card or anything like that, so we can assume that Oliver was happy with what we've seen. But anyway, West Ham back in possession. Said Ben Rama's nipped in to steal the ball, plays it outright to Fornals. He's played down the line to Antonio. Now this is dangerous. Antonio in the box. Can he turn? He can. Can he pull it back? He can't. And what's happened there? I think it's a goal kick in the end, but Antonio received the ball near the byline. It looked like he was going to cut it back to where side Ben Rama was lurking sort of around the 8 to 10 yards mark, but instead he seemed to try and clip it over Ederson and go directly into goal. Now that must be a corner, surely. It must be a corner. Well, we're looking at pictures of the crowd. I'm not quite sure who that particular former City player is. I'm assuming it is one. No one will no doubt be able to tell us in a moment. But no, it's they're giving a goal kick, which thought was a little bit harsh. It looked like it would be a corner to West Ham, that one. But Rio, we're looking dangerous.
Yeah, it's incredibly promising so far, isn't it? Michail Antonio has contributed more in the opening 12 minutes here than he did in the entire 90 at Molineux. But we're looking bullish. We're not even resorting to our usual tactic. We're soaking up pressure relentlessly, then hitting on the break. We're playing really well here, and this is a really good promising side. I'd like to also say that I think Arthur's had a really positive contribution so far.
Yeah.
Much lamented at times, but yeah, he's been very active, very dangerous. So yeah, everything's looking really positive for us today.
It certainly is. It certainly is. It's still goalless here. 13 and a half minutes on the clock. Man City now with the ball, looking to put West Ham under a little bit of pressure. It's on the halfway line. It's all very slow from Man City at the moment. They try to play the ball over the top. It's done, received over the top. Thomas Souček goes close with his man and actually does really, really well to win a goal kick for the Hammers. I'm not sure. Was that Bernardo? I think it was Silva. the ball was played over the top to. But Man City, got to say, no. I mean, it's early days. It's only 14 minutes gone, but Man City seem bereft of ideas here. I mean, you pointed out that you'll be quite happy if, they resort to shooting from long distance. And so far, we've had one shot from Kyle Walker, and they've just tried to play a long ball over the top. Not particularly the sort of thing you'd expect from Man City so far.
You waited until my breakfast arrived, waited until I had a mouthful and then said no.
You're very quiet, Noam, at the moment. We can barely hear you. I don't know if your mic's gone.
I'm just saying, you waited till I had a mouthful of my breakfast before
Yes.
for bringing me in. It has gone noted. Exactly what I was saying.
Yeah.
They do look a little bit bereft of ideas. You've got the crowd shouting for a Man City penalty there, which not in a million years.
No.
But you always worry about. Sometimes you go at grounds like this. And you're ahead of me, so we've just given away a corner. So I am 20 seconds behind you, so sorry about that. But Dawson getting in there, blocking across. But no, as I said, very happy with the way we set up. Very happy with the way that we take things on the break, and very happy with my Brekkie Sanger sausage and egg sandwich that I just received.
Excellent. Well, I do hope you enjoy it. I can tell you that I think the corner, it's been headed on. I think City have hit the post from the corner. Just watching the replay again, it's headed on at the near post. Fabianski's beaten, and it's just kind of shaved the post. I'm trying to see who it was. It's clipped the post. Closest anyone's come to scoring it. Rio, who was that who got the header? Did you manage to catch who that was?
Just seen it now. I think it was Laporte.
Yeah.
Not entirely sure, but.
Oh no, they're through. It's a chance, and it's a goal. City have scored. Sorry, Rio, for jumping in then, but Mahrez has just put City in the lead. I didn't actually catch the build-up because I was looking over here for Laporte's number. But now what's happening? Is there a possible VAR shout here for offside? The cameras are looking at the linesman. Michael Oliver's stopped, so I'm presuming there's a VAR check here. Let's have a look. So, yeah, Mahrez is offside. This isn't going to count. West Ham are going to get away with this one. They're going to get away with this one. The ball, it was Johnson who actually lost the ball. I think it was Sterling who got a touch on it. It's rebounded back into the path of Mahrez, who's finished really competently to the left-hand side of Lucas Fabianski. But he's clearly, I say clearly, I'm fairly certain, Noam, that one's going to be ruled out.
Yeah, just seeing the first replay of it now. He looked off there, and I think you're right. I hope you're right anyway. Not by much, but as Tony just said, but by enough, I think, for it to be. And it's off. We've got a happy bar now. And, I return you to your normal programming, and I return me to my sausage sarnies.
Bit lucky. Thank you to Homer, by the way. It was Mike Summerby. I couldn't quite place him, but through all the snow, it looked like a lot of it landed on his hair. But the effort has been ruled out for offside. West Ham very fortunate there, Rio. We were just saying how well we'd started, and we're just watching City break again. It's on the left-hand side now. Sterling plays it back out. West Ham back in numbers, defending. And got two very, very solid lines there. Man City just playing the ball around the edge of the penalty box, looking for the opening, but West Ham holding firm. Ball now out on the right-hand side with Man City. Declan Rice putting them under pressure, and it's gone all the way back. Good work from Declan Rice as he trots back into his position there, holding in front of the back four. Rio, West Ham very lucky there. City hitting the post down, finding the net within the space of about 70 seconds, but fortunately the hammer's still level, but got to pick up a bit.
Yeah, young Ben Johnson has breathed the match with massive sigh of relief because he got caught out incredibly badly there. It's something that we're not seeing really from him. And with Vladimir Supa on a bench, probably itching to play a game. We saw he was very annoyed on the other night, wasn't he?
He was.
But he'll probably be absolutely steaming at the moment. If the camera turns around now, there's either a massive pot of tea or coffee on the go somewhere, or it's Vlad's head absolutely going to this. But Ben Johnson, he's had such a great start of his career, but that was an absolute shocker, and you can't do that against a team of this calibre. Hopefully, he'll learn from this little mistake, and luckily, it's not cost us.
Man City have just had another chance. Ball played in for the left once again. Gundogan, who's tried an overhead kick. It's pretty poor, and it's an easy one for Fabianski. But yeah, West Ham just had a dodgy few minutes here. I was going to go to Noam, but I can see he's got his mouth full, so I'll come to you in just a minute, Noam. But yeah, it's West Ham just sort of fallen asleep the last couple of minutes and need to pick up a bit. Just interesting on that offside decision, the linesman didn't give it initially, but VAR fortunately came in and overruled. I guess, Noam, it's one of those that you've seen them given time and time again over the years, and we've ended up bemoaning the fact that it's not been ruled out. So there's a lot of criticism for VAR, but it certainly helped us on that occasion.
That's one of the ones where it's right for him to delay because it's close. If he flags immediately, then the whistle goes and you can't award the goal. Now, if he had been onside and the VAR shows it's onside, we can't award the goal because the whistle gone. Play stop. What annoys me is the one where they, where somebody clearly 20 yards offside and they don't stick the flag up until until the ball goes somewhere near the defending player. I mean, one of those ones where everybody knows it is.
Yeah, no arguments with that one. We've just seen Jesus feign injury after getting a challenge from Said Benrahma, which is pretty disgraceful behaviour. Pretended he'd been thumped in the face, which is absolute nonsense. And quite frankly, it's a yellow card you'd like to think all day long for. But hang on, Man City are through. This is a one-on-one chance. Fabianski, he's out superbly there to deny Jesus. Once again, City playing the ball over the top of West Ham. It was, as I say, it was Jesus who was through. But let's have a look. So yeah, he's offside. I mean, he's half a yard offside. If he had converted it, it wouldn't have counted. But credit, Rio, enormous credit to Lucas Fabianski there, who's probably feeling the conditions a bit, but off his line like a steam train there to put any danger into touch.
Yeah, definitely. As you said, he's offside, but Lucas had to be on his mettle there. And he's actually come at a time where I was just checking on the forum, and Junko Partner rightly points out, although Ben Johnson was at fault for the disallowed goal from Mahrez, that he was put in an incredibly bad position by poor distribution for Fabianski.
Yeah. Yep. No, it's a fair point. It's a fair point. It was not great all round from the Hammers. But anyway, we survived. It's Manchester City 0, West Ham United 0. 21.5 minutes gone at the Etihad Stadium. The snow still coming down. They've been sweeping it off the pitch before the game. And very, very chilly up in the north. Man City on the left, looking to get a ball over. The low cross has come in. This is dangerous. But once again, it's Gundogan who has a little flick at it. Not quite an overhead kick this time, but he's had a flick at it with his back to goal, and it's just rolled straight through to Lucas Fabianski, who's managed to pick that up with consummate ease, and West Ham have the ball again. But no, I mean, you're happy with the way West Ham are playing. I mean, the last 5 or 6 minutes, we've not really been in their half, but, we're going to be frustrating them at least, aren't we, at the moment, the way things are going. Well, hang on a sec, because his Said Benrahma is going to have a shot from the edge of the box, tries his luck, and it's not a great shot from Benrahma and quite easy for Ederson. Yeah, sorry, Noam, back to you.
I won't get excited then when it happens. The last 10 minutes a little bit less assured defensively, but sort of majorly
Yeah.
No, I mean, you get a few minutes like that. You're bound to get this Manchester City gets United Arab Emirates to play a country. So, just keep that shape, just don't panic, and carry on doing what we're doing. Something like that. Yeah, but still reasonably happy.
Yep. Okay, good stuff. Thank you. We've just seen Gundogan have another shot. The ball chested down. I think it's Mahrez. Sorry, Jesus, who's just chested the ball down to him, and he's HP Source. He's just tried his luck, but again, he's dragged his shot left of the West Ham goal. So Hammers live again. Declan Rice has just given the ball away, uncharacteristically overrun the ball. Man City back in possession. Rio, we just really need to get our foot on the ball, don't we, for a couple of minutes here and sort of calm it down a bit.
Yeah, I mean, we started off so brightly, but that 2 instances of complete madness, like Fabianski playing Johnson into trouble, then the corner just before that, we've given them the impetus. And we've really struggled since then. But that Ben Rama chance once more, he's pulled forwards. He's bound to shoot, but again, there was a man on the left hand. I think his half was on the left hand side. If he could pull the ball back a little bit, knocked it left, and cross it in the box, might cause it a bit more problems.
Yeah, something we've often been critical of Ben Rama, isn't it? Since he came to West Ham, is that lack of vision. We've just seen West Ham win a free kick. Antonio looking to shield the balls. His marker's gone straight through the back of him. Sorry, I couldn't see who it was through all the snow, but West Ham have a free kick in the centre circle. And it really is, I mean, Rio, that snow really is beginning to come. The foul was by Diaz, number 3. Snow's really beginning to hammer down, isn't it, at Manchester? It's making conditions quite difficult. Do you think that's going to benefit West Ham more than Man City in terms of it being, the customary leveller?
Yeah, I mean, you would have thought so, because like Manchester City got a pack full of internationals who are more from the more salubrious parts of Europe where weather is a bit fairer, let's put it away. I know it's clutching at straws a little bit, but you would have thought we've got more team used to the kind of the harsher conditions. Maybe this will stand us in good stead. But again, I think I'm clutching at straws, but I'll clutch at anything to get a result.
Yeah, as I said, we'd take it if it stayed like this, the way things are at the moment. 25 minutes gone, Man City 0, West Ham United 0. It's snowing very, very heavily. Just to let you know, it's myself and Rio from the UK this afternoon. Noam joining us live from New York City, where it's about 3 o'clock in the morning or something silly like that. But as you can see, Noam's having his breakfast. Well, what's the time over there, Noam? You said it's about 9 now.
Yes, it's 9:30 now. It's about 9:30. The problem is I've been awake since about 4 because this is only the second full day here, and my brain's still not got adjusted to the time difference yet. So I'm still sort of
Good stuff.
Feels like 2 o'clock to me. So just a thought there. When Antonio won that free kick,
Yes.
one thing so far that annoyed me was that we wasted that. With a
Yes.
sort of hopefully pass that got picked off. One of the things is we're playing well. When we have got the ball, we have been holding it well up until that. So I hope that's going to be the exception.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah, let's hope so. So yeah, come into the mic again a bit closer if you can, Noam, when you're chatting. We just lost you a bit at the end there. But Pep Guardiola pictured on the touchline looking quite grim and not particularly satisfied with what he's seeing so far with that, or he's just really, really cold. And as Rio said, not used to these Arctic conditions in the UK that we're experiencing rather early this year. But 27 minutes gone, Man City 0, West Ham United 1. I was trying to get some stats up a few moments ago, but the BBC website, which I use for such things, has got a 404 at the moment, and no one's figured it out yet. So come on, what are we paying a license fee for, honestly? But Man City on the attack again. Ball played through the centre. Gundogan leaves it, and it's played out onto the left. Once again, a lot of Man City's attacks seem to come down the left. Sterling lines up, tries a shot, and it's only whistled just wide of the far post. Seemed to go in slow motion as Sterling cutting from the left-hand side. Tried it on his right foot across the face of Fabianski's goal. Fabianski seemed quite happy that it was going wide and let it go. But just trying to see the reverse angle now, just to see how far wide this was as Sterling cuts in on the left-hand side, unleashes one from about 20 yards, and it's comfortably wide. Rio, Man City, an awful lot, if not exclusively, everything they've produced so far seems to be coming down our right-hand side.
Yeah, I think they've identified that Ben Johnson, inexperienced, maybe...
Sorry, Rio, just come in very quickly. West Ham almost had a penalty there. Michail Antonio was breaking down the right-hand side. He's been tripped by Laporte. Now, I mean, I'm not sure that isn't a penalty because Laporte slides from about see what you guys make of this. He starts sliding about 2 yards outside the box, but the actual challenge, the actual contact doesn't take place until he's right on the perimeter of the penalty box. Now, it is a free kick for West Ham, but it'd be interesting also to hear. Adi also says he thinks it might be in the box in the live stream. Let us know what you think. And look, very, very close. But we'll just, if I may, guys, I'll just stick with this for a minute because Aaron Cresswell is lining up this free kick. Then I'll come to you for your comments. Cresswell, dangerous position for West Ham. Craig Dawson at the back post. Souček in there. Zuma in there. The ball's played over. Fired straight in. and into the side net, but it's taken a deflection, and West Ham have a corner. Rio, what did you make of that one?
I'm actually going to side with the referee for a very rare occasion. I think it was just outside. When he caught his leg, he was probably about half a metre outside. It was very close, though.
Noam, same for you. You happy with that?
It's you can forgive him for it. It's one of those ones where the foul starts outside the box, and it looked like whether or not it continued inside. I think the last bit of contact was just outside, so I think sort of. I think it's enough for that to be been a free kick rather than a penalty, but mighty close and good work from Antonio there. And of course, the report now is that it's on a yellow for another however many minutes we've got left. Time's gone off the screen there. So back to you anyway, because you're ahead of me.
Thank you. The corner did come to nothing. I can tell you that it's gone a bit of a waste, really. Poor corner from Cresswell. Played it into the near post. I think he just mishit it. And in the end, it was given offside. And Man City have the opportunity to break again. But I didn't spot that. Thank you. No, I didn't spot the yellow card for Laporte. But as you say, that would be interesting if he's on a booking for the next. Where are we? 30 minutes, exactly 30 minutes gone. So it's got to play for the next hour. Yeah, very, very close there. Rio, coming back to what you were saying just a minute ago about Ben Johnson on the right-hand side.
Yeah, I think City, Guardiola's a master tactician, isn't he? He's probably identified Johnson's inexperience against a team packed full of internationals. The left-hand side, we've doubled up almost, with Cresswell has been in really good form, Arthur with the pace. So maybe the right-hand side, Ben hasn't got that much protection in front of him either. So I think they've probably identified that, and that's where they're going to pinpoint their attacks from most of the time, I think.
Well, interesting. We've just seen them do exactly the same. Ball's broken down West Ham's right-hand side. It's Sterling again. Johnson just pinched the ball off him, and as Fornals tried to break away, Sterling's brought Fornals down. I mean, possibly a yellow card incident, but nothing given by Oliver, probably because of the area it was in rather than the actual state of the offence, which was pretty damn professional, I suppose you'd say. And that snow is absolutely hammering it down now at the stadium. And we've seen games before where, matches are abandoned. I just wonder well, hang on a sec. Here's Said Benrahma now. He's breaking down the right-hand side. He's looking for options. No one's inside. Antonio, one or two others steaming forward. Can he get the ball over? Still Benrahma. Still can't get the ball over. And the chance seems to have gone, but he's still got the ball. Now he plays it across, looking for Antonio. It's a poor cross, but it's a poor clearance, and Antonio picks it up. Cresswell now with the ball. Cresswell on the left, outside. Masuaku. Masuaku has the ball. What can he do? Plays it inside. Souček plays it back to Rice, and City now back in numbers. But West Ham had a real chance there, and managing to get behind City time and time again so far this afternoon, which bodes well for the Hammers in terms of a result here. West Ham still in possession. We'll just stick with it for a moment. And it's a long ball played down the right-hand side. I'm not quite sure who that's aimed at, but the ball's cleared. And City have bought a free kick and can start again. Yeah, no, West Ham, we're making inroads here. This is not, your average West Ham trip to Man City, is it? We are hitting them on the break, and there must be concerns for Guardiola there.
Yeah, I mean, define your average. Going back, it's not certainly not one of the past, but recent 2 or 3 seasons, this looks like exactly how we played the last couple of seasons up there. Just looking at that snow now.
No, sorry, if I can just come in, City have actually scored. I can tell you, City have scored now.
Okay.
It's funnily enough. Sorry, no, for coming in, but the ball possibly for the first time has gone down the right-hand side, West Ham's left. And I think it's Gundogan who's been, at the centre of every shot or cross they've had so far. I think who's actually turned the ball in. Started on the left, Sterling. A great ball played out wide to the right-hand side. And Mahrez cuts inside, plays it across. City players lining up inside the box. And in the end, it's an easy touch for Gundogan to convert the ball, put it over the line. Lucas Fabianski, well beaten. He was guarding the front post. And Man City do have the lead. West Ham holding on for 33 minutes. But, first time they've really hit us on the right-hand side there, Rio.
Yeah, just to say my stream freezes and buffers. But, yeah, it's very disappointing the way this has come about, because you would have thought we're doubling up on that left-hand side, but there seems to be a man short there. I'm trying to pinpoint it because Arthur's nowhere in sight. And he should be the one who's covering that kind of attack coming down the right-hand side.
Yeah.
But he's pretty much nowhere. So that could have been prevented with a little bit more diligence in defence, if you ask me. But, you know, it's 33 minutes. We've not been out this game in the entire match. We've more than matched them. We've offered plenty. The game's not done.
Well, it certainly isn't. We've just seen West Ham bounce back. Said Benrahma, just to the left of the penalty area, had a shot. It's well blocked, and it's an easy save for Edison. But, you know, West Ham showing that they're certainly not out of it yet. No, what did you make of that? I mean, Rio makes a really good point there, doesn't he? That's where you'd expect Masuaku to be in those situations. And as Rio said, he was nowhere to be seen.
He was caught up the pitch, wasn't he? And more central. Yeah, okay, well, here we go. I mean, as we've been saying, you know, in years, days of old, that would have been, okay, floodgates open now. You know, I'm sitting there thinking, how long before we equalise? So that's the way to look at it. So
Yeah, fair point.
Okay, 1-0 down, but, you know, crap happens. And you're talking about the snow. I mean, the TV cameras, obviously, at that level, they're showing it. It's always a bit misleading, but I guess it's from the referee's point of view. Can everyone see? They're going to have to sort of do something about the lines and safety of the players. But, you know, I think you and I played in worse pitches worse than that.
Yeah, what's quite interesting is that when the snow is coming down so heavily now and beginning to settle on the pitch, that when they're playing the ball along the ground, it's actually leaving a trail along the grass. But it's not great out there, and I think that's a valid point that No makes in the sense that those lines are beginning to disappear, aren't they? The touch lines, and you'd expect someone out there with a raker. They've probably got something. Well, hang on, set your breaker. This is really dangerous. Jesus is clean through, looking for a chance, and I think that's off the line. Is it given? Are they going to give it as a goal? I think they've given it as a goal. I don't think so. The ball, Jesus has had a shot. Lucas Fabianski's half saved it. It's squirmed underneath his body in the snow. Has it gone over? Has it gone over the line or not? Johnson, it's Ben Johnson who's managed to clear it. I'm looking at it, and no, they've waved play on it. It hasn't been given. I do apologise. Hasn't been given, but it'll be interesting to see this one again. It must have been very, very close, Rio.
Yeah, I'm a bit struggling to be screen completely frozen given the weather conditions, but no, I can't offer any real comment on that one at the moment.
I've just seen it now for the first time, obviously being a bit behind you. What I would say is that there was a rather blatant handball in the build-up to that.
Yeah,
that was ignored, and
okay,
wasn't that it was a hand up in the air job. So I think justice probably done anyway. One way or another.
Okay, good stuff. I didn't really catch it until the shot came in. It's very, very difficult to see. But anyway, West Ham breaking on the right-hand side. Johnson plays the ball down the line to Fornals, and Fornals, oh, that's poor. That's really poor. He's in an offside position and should be watching the line there. But very critical, Rio, of Fornals last weekend at Molineux. It's been very well. We're just in a replay here, so let's have another look at that effort. So the shot comes in, squirms underneath Fabianski. No, it's not even close, actually. I mean, it's a good 3 foot. Fabianski gets a touch. I think it would have gone in. It's gone across the goal, but Johnson's done really, really well to intercept that, and it's come off the inside of his left thigh. But it's not even close, actually. So ignore what I said a few minutes ago. Sorry to get you all a bit excited. But David O'Rourke saying that they might have to call this off because the ball isn't travelling at all. And I'm just watching the way the ball's rolling there on the ground. I mean, it is really getting held up. It is quite comical, the fact that you can see all the lines where the passes are being made. So someone's going to have to do something about that at half time if this game is to continue. But I wonder, Rio, whatever happened to the old orange balls we used to get in the stadium? You don't see those these days, do you?
I think when Hugo Porfirio disappeared back to Portugal, he took the only one we ever had back with him. I think that's the last time I actually saw one at the racecourse ground when he scored in the snow that day.
Yeah, well, on the day West Ham conveniently wore ecru shirts, I believe they called them, didn't they? Yeah.
That's a fashion statement I'm never going to repeat again, to be honest.
West Ham have the ball, stolen the ball, tried to play it through. Now here's Ben Rama. Edison's off his line. This could be trouble, but Ben Rama is well marshalled. And West Ham do have a corner, but looked dangerous for a second there. This snow, I mean, I know I keep saying it, but he's absolutely hammering it down now on the pitch. And I think it's fortunate we've only got 5 or 6 minutes to go until half time. But West Ham have a corner anyway. Let's see if the Hammers can do something. This could be a great time to score and get the ball back. It's on our right-hand side as we attack. So I'm assuming that's Cresswell who's going to be taking it with the left foot and giving us an in-swinger. Haven't quite seen it yet. We're just watching Souček and Dawson and Zuma line up in the box. It is indeed Aaron Cresswell. Hopefully this will be a slightly better delivery than the last one that didn't even reach the 6-yard box. But anyway, bodies in the 6-yard box, all in there. Cresswell looks up, shields his face from the snow. Hand up, delivers. Deep across, West Ham going up, Dawson looking for it, but Edison comes out and clutches it and takes it well. And City looking to attack and break quickly here. No, would you go along with that? 96, the last time we saw the orange footballs. They were obviously a staple of our youth, and obviously Winfield footballs, weren't they? That used to get back in the day from Woolies.
We used to get the orange Wembley ones.
That's it, Wembley ones, yeah.
Yeah, Wembley, yeah. I was just looking at it. I mean, obviously, again, a bit behind you, but just looking at it, it looks like the current design, because they bring in a yellow ball from the start of November, I think they do.
Yeah.
And but it's underlying it's yellow, but it's very weird psychedelic design.
Yeah.
Looks like it's designed by somebody fond of recreational pharmaceuticals.
Yeah, I can tell you, just coming in there, City have just hit the post again. And I'm fine. I don't know about you guys, but I'm finding it difficult to follow the ball. It's really, really difficult to see. The ball's played to the right-hand side. I think it's Jesus who's had the chance, and it was saved initially. They're still looking dangerous. West Ham still defending here as City have the ball on the left-hand side now. It's Sterling with the ball, comes inside, still got it on his right foot, looking for options. West Ham just backing off slightly. Ball now out on the left-hand side. Sure, a cross will come in here at some point if anyone can see the ball. Gundogan's got the ball. Plays it out on the left. This is dangerous once again. I have no idea where the ball is. Oh, it's come out to the edge of the penalty box. City still have the ball. And once again, it's played out to the left-hand side. Now it's crossed in. Fortunately, Declan Rice can see it, and he's got a header on and cleared it out. But sorry, that's Cresswell. That's not even Declan Rice. It's Cresswell. This is almost farcical now. The ball's really impossible to see. I do wonder, actually, if they'll perhaps consider getting a slightly darker football. But anyway, City on the right-hand side now. Looking to attack. It's Mahrez cutting inside, gives the ball away. Can West Ham counter? No, they can't. Antonio loses the ball again. We'll have another look at that chance in a minute, that one that hit the post, or at least I think it hit the post. It's difficult to tell. As the ball played in, Cresswell sort of half clears it. Masuaku clears it on. And Rio, what did you make of that? Did that hit the post, or was I imagining things there?
To be honest, it is so difficult to see what's happening. This ball, I can't understand why the orange one was phased out. You had a chance of seeing it. This just blends in. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it is. And City have just had another shot, and I can't see what happened. I mean, it hasn't gone in because they're attacking again on the right-hand side. But Thomas Souček, Souček's lost the ball in a really poor position. Walker is with the ball now. Bernardo has the ball now with Cresswell, plays it back to Walker out here on the right touchline. City looking to double their advantage before we go into the break. 2 minutes to go to half-time as things stand. City still in possession. West Ham desperately trying to get hold of the ball. It's out on the right-hand side again. City play it all the way back to the halfway line. And nothing really happened. No, did you see that one? Was that a shot against the post for you?
I'm still not entirely sure. I've got a bank of CDs. And maybe it's the viewing angle or something. I've just worked out a slightly better view of the ball.
Come in a bit to the mic, Noam, if you can.
Yeah, sorry.
That's it.
I've got a slightly better view from the TVs, the 3 or 4 TVs to the left rather than a dozen to the right. But even so, it is difficult to follow the ball. It's not great here, I must admit. It's they really do some work firstly on the lines, and
As I say, I mean, I'm guessing the pitch is not rock hard. There'll be undersoil heating and stuff. There'll be enough giving that for it to be safe to play on. So
Yeah.
it's just a matter of inconvenience rather than safety, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, a darker colour ball would be more fluorescent to these dodgy eyes at this time would be helpful.
Yeah, I'm not sure it's your eyes. I don't think any of us can see it. It's farcical at the moment. City still have the ball now. We're in the final minute of regulation time at the end of this first half. City leading 1-0 through that Gundogan effort in the 33rd minute. But West Ham looking to break now. Here's Ben Rama. West Ham looking to get out of their half for the first time. Ben Rama tackled by Mahrez, and West Ham have a throw in by the touchline. And just waiting to see how many additional minutes we've got. Now, I think we're going to get a replay now of that chance. So I still can't see. I've seen the replay and I still can't see what's happened. We're going to have a look at it from another angle. Now, the shot comes in. Fabianski palms it out. And I think it's Mahrez. Yeah, it's off the post. Fabianski would have been well beaten if he had got it in. But fortunately for West Ham, it doesn't end up in a goal. So West Ham stay 1-0 down anyway. Wherever, I mean, I'm sure anyone who's watched, if you haven't got a stream, you're probably not missing an awful lot, because even with a stream, we can't see what's going on. It's that bad out there. This yellow ball that they're playing with is just ridiculous. You can barely see. I mean, in fact, the only way you can really tell what's going on is by when a ball is played along the ground, you can follow the path it makes in the snow. But the ball itself is madness. Rio, we've got to have a change in the second half. I mean, surely they can't persist with this. They're going to have to send someone down Woolies to get a ball at half time.
Yeah, there must be a petrol garage just outside and get one of £1 footballs from somewhere.
The old beach ones that used to
Yeah.
get,
No, this is just absolutely ridiculous. I don't know if the Premier League actually do have an orange ball in stock, because I've never seen it in the last 10, 15 years of existence.
Yeah.
And it's just ridiculous, because I'm just looking at the pitch now. You can barely distinguish any of the lines.
Yeah.
If it had been Wimbledon v Watford in the 80s, right, you'd be able to see nothing, because all that long ball and pumped in the corner. You couldn't even see the trails of it. I mean, at least this were two teams who play a little bit on the deck. You can see, like as you said, where the trails are through the snow are going.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Dave Bassett signs in the 80s would have rendered any part of that pitch, apart from the little four corners, absolutely oblivious.
Well, they've actually got the guy. Half-time whistle has blown. Actually, blew 2 seconds early. They called 1 minute of adding on time, and the whistle blew at 45 minutes and 58 seconds. 1-0 to Man City at half-time. They've got the guys out with the old. Well, they're them things that if anyone who's been to Austria and been to places like Salzburg, you'll see the guys follow the horse-drawn carriages with these huge pooper scooper things they're called, and that's exactly what it looks like they're using at the moment along the lines to try and clear those. So clearly, words got through from somebody that they're going to have to make it a little bit easier for the players and the referees. But anyway, as I say, half-time whistle has blown. Manchester City 1, West Ham United 0. Noam, what's your assessment of what we've seen there, or what should I say we haven't seen in the first half?
Yeah, most of that game, most of that half, I was quite happy, quite comfortable. The couple of minutes towards the end there, that bit where they hit the post or some invisible source or whatever, it's a little bit sort of, a little bit desperately perhaps, and a little bit lack of composure in taking the ball out. But we hadn't had that first 30 minutes or so. Where we did bring the ball out, we were looking more incisive. So there'll be a few words to be said there, but overall, going 1-0 down, you're not going to be too unhappy. We need to get Antonio in on the game route more. When we do, he needs to hold it up better and come back. I think we need to try and get somebody to report as much as we can, because as we've seen, he's no stranger to the referee's notebook this season.
Yeah.
And, but keep going. So just regroup and have a think about what we can do. Showing a few highlights of it at the moment. So there's my companions have nipped out for a crafty cigarette, Marlboro, I think it was. So, not disheartened. Could be better, but we'll go again.
Okay, good stuff. we started so well, didn't we? We were really happy with the opening 15 or 20 minutes. We gave as good as we got, but we sort of faded as the half went on. But your overall assessment of the first 46 minutes?
I think you're spot on there. The first 15, 20 minutes, we was absolutely fantastic. We showed no fear. We showed no kind of respect for them, because a lot of teams go up to like the Etihad and just go into a shell because they're frightened of the reputation. They're frightened of the amount of players they've got, their calibre. We didn't do that at all. We actually took the game to them at times, and we played so well. But two little moments of borderline madness. The disallowed goal where Fabianski, his distribution was awful. He played Ben Johnson in trouble, and Ben just couldn't cope with it. They broke away and scored, but thankfully it's disallowed. But that sent the wrong message throughout the team. And from then on, we lost our heads, lost a little bit of our shape. We've played within ourselves, to be honest. It gave the impetus to City.
Yep.
They need no second invitation to take control of the game. So we're the masters of our own demise today, really. The actual goal came again from, how can you put it? It's slack defending, as Noam rightly pointed out. I was wondering where Arthur was, but because they hit us on the counter, he's upfield, not thinking, not working back.
Yeah,
he got caught out massively. It's the first real time City attack down our left hand side, and the one time that Arthur wasn't where he should be, we paid the penalty. Since then, it's been a little bit of a farce, hasn't it? City is still forcing the issue mainly, but it's difficult for us to watch it on TV and distinguish where the lines are, where the ball is. Playing in it and spectating up there must be absolutely horrendous. But what you've got to say, I mean, I've been a bit critical of him in his decision making. When we did attack, there's about 2 or 3 times Said Benrahma's been really bright. He's getting in the right positions. His final decision making is incredibly questionable.
Yeah, but
we're still going. No, we're still trying. He's getting in the right places. He just needs to be a little bit more aware. This game isn't done. The only way this game will be done is if they do call it off. I mean, I can't see it. They've called off one game today in the Premier League. But, these conditions, I know it sounds really, really stupid because we've all seen games in the past. West Ham playing up at Portman Road when it was proper snow on the deck. Up at the racecourse ground at Wrexham, proper snow. This is only a light covering, but the Premier League and their equipment doesn't seem fit for purpose for this.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
Yeah, woefully inadequate at the moment. But anyway, there it is. I think the interesting thing there, Noam, isn't it? We were speculating after about 20 minutes whether or not that heavy snow when it began would actually act as a leveler and help West Ham. And if anything, it's gone the other way, isn't it? And we've retreated and sat even deeper since.
Yeah, I don't think it's been helpful, and I think they've reacted slightly better to it than we have.
Yeah,
so I'm just highly amused by USTV, which followed up an advert for a weekly injection for type 2 diabetes with an advert for Subway with standards to feed a family for a week. So it's perfect. But yeah, it's the it has sort of they have reacted better to it. Now, whether or not we're having trouble seeing the ball, but I don't think that's probably the case on the pitch because you're down there.
Sure.
It's probably fine, fine for them, but not for us, unfortunately.
No, but I think the point is the broadcasters are taking into account as much as the players these days, aren't they? So maybe that will be a real concern.
I mean, maybe. Well, as I say, I think the first thing has got to be the safety of the players. Now, if you suddenly find players sliding all over the place, which it probably won't happen because you've got these pictures that are absolutely marvellous. A world away from. Funny enough, I was looking at the highlights that the famous 1971 5-1 win up there at Main Road.
Yeah.
When it was when the players on the pitch and blades of grass.
Yes.
Genuinely. And you just don't see that anymore. Now, part of me sort of misses that sort of thing. That's,
Well, what I can tell you. Sorry, go on.
yeah.
No, it's just-
we can do.
Yeah, I was just going to say someone that we know who's at the ground has just got in touch with us to say that they can't even see the ball or the lines from the stands. Now, I take your point that the players and the referee, I'm sure, can see it just fine. But I guess that's at that point you have to question. When does the game become unplayable? If the spectators can't see it, those at the ground or on the TV can't see it.
The spectators are well down the list, well after whether or not the local corner shop is doing well. The last people to be worried about will be the spectators.
Yeah,
don't
true.
worry about that. So if spectators can't see, well, so, we
Yeah.
can see we're all right.
Yeah, that's it.
So, as I said, the pitches these days, should be able to cope. If it gets, snow on top, that actually almost kind of also an insulator. You'll have the pitch is heated there, obviously.
Yep.
So it won't get icy. It's when it gets icy and rock hard and people sort of like doing bandy on ice impersonations, then they'll think about the safety of the players.
Okay. All right. Well,
I don't see that happening. Yeah. So.
No, that's a fair point. I think fair point. We just have to assume that somewhere someone involved with Manchester City is busily on their phone to some of the local toy shops or sports shops to see if they've got an orange football that everyone can see, because that's certainly a farce there at the moment. We said West Ham opened pretty well, Rio. We saw that chance after 6 minutes, Antonio's low cross to Ben Rama that he kind of fumbled a bit, and you pointed out quite accurately that Pablo Fornells was poised to strike behind him had the ball gone through. We had a couple of good chances, but really, probably the closest we came to scoring, at least the best chance we had, was that. Now, probably the most controversial moment, actually, the first half, that Laporte tackle on Antonio on the edge of the box. Now, quite clearly, the challenge started about 3 miles outside. I nearly said Main Road, outside the Etihad. But, when he eventually made contact with Antonio, it was right on the edge of the penalty box. Have you seen it again? Are you quite happy that it was a free kick and there was no chance of a penalty?
Yeah, I've seen it a couple of occasions again. I think referee got it right there.
Yeah.
And I hate to admit it because they're incompetent idiots. But as you said, the initial challenge is about 3 or 4 yards out. But the final actual movement, and when he actually took the leg of Antonio, it was just a fraction outside. I would like to have seen it gone to VAR to get proper confirmation. But for me, it was just fractionally outside and it wasn't a penalty.
Okay, good stuff. I can tell you now that the referee, Michael Oliver, is out on the pitch checking the conditions as we speak. So we wait to see what happens. Noam, you wanted to come in there?
Yeah, just to follow up on what Rio's just said there, the law is that, initial contact clearly was outside the box. And it's now, in normal circumstances, if that contact carries on inside the box, then a penalty would normally be awarded. So the question was there any contact inside the box? Did it carry on inside the box?
Yeah.
I think there wasn't any contact inside the box. It was very, very close. More by luck than in judgment.
Okay, good stuff.
So, yeah, there you go.
All right, no marks. 10 out of 10 then to Michael Oliver in that case. A good decision. We all feel here, even though it slightly hurts to say it. But the goal that made the difference at half time came a few minutes later. 5 minutes later, to be precise. It was a Mahrez cross from the right-hand side that Gundogan managed to just convert at the far post. Rio, what did you make of that goal? We touched on the fact that Masuaku, was caught kind of woefully out of position, but as we said, that is his job to provide the support for the attack, and City did break very quickly. And I'm not sure who played the ball from the left-hand side, but it was a wonderful pass before the cross that found Mahrez, wasn't it, that caught West Ham out?
Yeah, certainly. It was a typical City goal, wasn't it? When they hit you hard, they hit you fast. They hit you hard. They hit you fast. And they hit you hard. And they hit you fast. And they hit you hard. And they hit you fast. And they hit you hard. And they hit you fast. And they hit you hard. And they hit you fast. And they hit you hard. And they hit you fast. And they hit you hard. And they hit you fast. And they hit you hard. And they hit you fast. And they hit you hard. And they hit you fast. And they hit you hard. And they hit you fast. And they hit you hard. And they hit you fast. And they hit you hard. And they hit you fast. And they hit you hard. And they hit you fast. And they hit you hard. And they hit you fast. And they hit you hard. And they hit you fast. And they hit you hard. And they hit you fast. And they hit you hard. And they hit you fast. And they hit you hard. And they hit you fast. And they hit you hard. And they hit you fast. And they hit you hard. And they hit you fast. And they hit you hard. And they hit you fast. And they hit you hard. And they hit you fast. And they hit you hard. And they hit you f they exploit every weakness possible. Arthur, well, I thought it's had a reasonably decent game, actually. That's probably his only error of the game, and it's cost us a goal. But he was caught up front, a bit of no man's land. The first time they really attacked our right-hand side, because every time they was trying to go down our left-hand side, they was always trying to exploit Ben Johnson, trying to get in behind him, force the error out of him. It's the first time they switched the angle of play, and it's cost us dearly. But yeah, you expect in this system to be a little bit more switched on. I know he can't cover every inch of grass up there, or snow, sorry. But the one time we did need him to be aware, a bit more on his defensive ability and duties, he was found lacking.
Yeah, I was going to go to Noam there, but he's got his headphones off at the moment, so I'll throw this one over to you, Rio. Of course, Man City did hit the post on a couple of occasions. Firstly, there was a Laporte header in the 16th minute, corner from West Ham's right-hand side, came into the near post. Laporte sent a header across goal, just flicked off the outside of the crossbar. Lucas Fabianski, motionless, wouldn't have stopped it if it had gone in. And then, of course, that second one that we couldn't actually work out whether or not it had hit the post because we just simply couldn't see the ball a few minutes later. But so you know, it is only 1-0. West Ham slightly lucky to be only 1-0 down, or would that be a little bit unfair if, you know, the margin was any greater?
No, I do think we're a little bit fortunate. We had the one where we thought it had been cleared off the line, as you said. A couple of times they've hit the post.
Yeah.
But the thing is, we're the victims of our own demise. We started so brightly that once those little couple of errors crept in, as if the entire playing side thought, whoa, hang on, we're playing a Man City. We woke up and realised who the opposition were. Yep. We played within ourselves. Mm-hmm. It's not over. It's not done and dusted. It's not over with. Yep. I've just seen the picture on my stream that the playing staff have cleared quite spectacularly both ends of the pitch and also the centre circle. So we've got some semblance of being able to see most of the stuff that's going on in the second half. But we're the victims of our own demise. But we're not out of this game, you know. I think a little bit of a David Moyes lecture at half time, because a couple of things people have pointed out. He goes, Fabianski, absolute pelt was in the run up. Sorry, after in the aftermath of the disallowed goal via Ben Johnson, because Fabianski played him into trouble. Yep. And someone on the forum has also pointed out that he gave Masuaku an absolute blast after the actual goal. Right. So I think he's going to bring him into the half time, give him a bit of a dressing down, and just remind them that we're not out this game. We played so well for about 20 minutes, and we still forced a couple of issues afterwards. Mm-hmm. But it's got to really be kind of defensively switched on, and also not get intimidated. That's the thing. We did get a little bit of intimidation in that period when your mistakes were creeping in. Yeah. You know, it's a bit of a defeatist attitude crept in. Everyone was kind of switched off and didn't stick to their jobs. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll see what happens. It is, of course, only 1-0, as Rio says. West Ham's certainly not out of this yet. A long, long way to go in this game. Thank you to Polaroid for pointing out that it's called a snow shovel while I was searching for an accurate description of said large Cooper scooper.
Clues in the name.
Or Hobo, who described it as a large snow scraping utensil. I think I prefer that one, actually. Question for you, gentlemen, from Sam K on the live chat. He says, would you make any changes at half-time or wait a little longer into the second half? No, I'll throw that one over to you first.
I'd wait a little longer. But I think we might see Bowen within the hour.
Okay.
Let's see how the first 10-15 minutes go. I don't know what sort of field or pictures these guys are going up and down with their snow shovels.
Hooper scoopers.
Yeah, it's clearing it sort of by strips about a couple of foot wide. So what I've got at the moment is both penalty areas are clear. The area around the centre circle. There's about 20 yards outside the halfway line. I don't know if this is going to delay the restart.
Well, I mean, Yeah, I mean, it looks like they're going to get the whole pitch clear, but most importantly, it looks like the snow stopped there, doesn't it? It looks like there's none coming down at the moment. So I mean, they've got an army of volunteers there, by the looks of it, ground staff at the moment who are clearing the ground for everyone. So just quickly, you said Bowen, no? For whom?
I might go massive.
Okay.
Not that I don't think. I think Bowen gives us. We need to go. We need to make time for them. And I think Bowen gives us a little bit more. Firstly, on the carrying and
Okay, we're sorry, no, we're having real. You're coming in and out at the moment. You're cutting in and out. We're having real difficulties hearing you. Carry on.
How about this? Is this any better? Yeah.
Yeah, perfect.
Bowen brings. Yeah, Bowen brings. Yeah, Bowen brings us a lot more from.
So your left ear.
An attack. Bowen brings us a lot more from an attacking point of view, but also for pressing and the harrying and the stuff that you really have to do up at that place. So 10 to 15 minutes. Let's see how we're going. If we're still in this, then yeah, that's the change I'd make.
All right. All right, good stuff. Lovely, thank you. Rio, would you go along with what Noam said, 10, 15 minutes, Bowen, or would you be looking, perhaps at someone else? We've got a pretty decent bench there this afternoon. We've got the likes of Vlasic, Lanzini, Yarmolenko, Kroll. There are options attacking-wise, and of course, we have got a couple of defensive options. Soufal, if we need a bit of impetus on the right-hand side. Diop, if you want to, go a flat back four and have a natural left-sided defender. What would you do if you're in David Moyes' shoes right now?
My first instinct at the moment, I know it's incredibly harsh as well. I've been in Soufal for Johnson at half time. I think he offers a little bit more defensive diligence. He offers a bit more in attack. And I say he's very harsh on Ben Johnson. I've just seen him run out at half time. So that change is taking place anyway. But that's the change I want to make because it offers a little bit more down that right hand side for me.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we saw that, didn't we, in Austria on Thursday? As we said, he looked very angry throughout the whole game, but definitely gives us that bit of thrust and extra bodies really going forward. That once again we didn't see Ben do it, did we, at Wolves last week? And I think he's made one foray into the opposition, last 20 yards today, and he's just really not been able to get forward so much. So okay, good stuff, and we shall see what happens. Let us know, of course, what you guys think on the forum. On the live chat on YouTube, what changes you make when. A couple of comments from Man City fans. Muck City, this is from the Blue Moon Forum. Muck City says, I think initially the snow and West Ham's big physical presence was a problem, but as the half went on, the players figured out how to adapt and have looked comfortably in control. Edison has probably been our best player so far, in my opinion, but Rodri, Cancelo and Jesus have all had strong halves. Interesting, Noam, to hear that Man City fans, or at least that particular one, thinks their goalkeeper's been their best player in that opening 45 minutes.
I think he's had an awful lot to do, hasn't he? He's not made save after save, but I mean, I don't want to intrude on private grief or whatever, so I'll leave them to that. But I'm more concerned about us, to be honest. And now, again, don't know where you are, but we've got the players now on the pitch. And the last few patches, I think, just there's one sort of patch just 10 to 20 yards in the what would be the West Ham half that they're finishing off with. So I think they'll clear that and then we'll be able
to there's an interesting array of apparatus being used to clear the pitch. I mean, there's all sorts of things going on. Giant brooms, snow shovels, pooper scoopers, whatever you want to call them. And other things, some sort of giant broom by the looks of things. But yeah, it certainly looks like they're going to clear the whole pitch. And I guess we're going to be a little bit delayed before we start again. Some other Premier League games are taking place, of course, this afternoon. And as Rio pointed out a few moments ago, Burnley, which of course isn't a million miles away from the Etihad, their game against Tottenham was postponed due to the inclement weather conditions earlier on today.
Celebrating an unbeaten weekend. So.
Excellent, indeed. Brentford beating Everton 1-0. They've already played 6 minutes of the second half, so I guess that gives some indication how far this one's been delayed. Leicester 3-1 up against Watford after 49 minutes. Chelsea and Man U kick off at 4:30. And of course, this one, we're still waiting for the second half to commence. It looks like, gentlemen, it looks like the last line is being cleared off the pitch. If this extra wide broom type, it looks like the sort of thing that they have at Wimbledon, actually, when they're clearing the rain off the courts. But I think that's it. I think we're good to go. I think we could have a second half. Rio, any predictions? West Ham going to come out fighting in this second half, do you think, or just try and keep it tight and then hopefully pick up an equaliser late on?
No, I think we'll come out with a little bit of a different mindset. Possibly the same one we started the first half with.
Yep.
I think we'll come out in a positive manner because there is nothing to fear here.
Yep.
They're a great side, City, but we asked all the questions in that opening 20 minutes. We were the one that had the better chances. So let's revert to that kind of mentality. Go for the game. No, this is a game where you don't expect to come away with anything. Let's go for it. Let's take the game to them. Ask a question.
Noam, can we do it? Can we ask that question and get a positive answer in the second half?
Yeah, of course we can. Of course we can. It's just a matter of mindset. Especially if we get a decent start to this. I'll just go. But so you've got to be at it. You've got to be at it 100%. And none of the little lapses that gave them the chances that they did have. And we've got to hold the ball up well further up the pitch. Antonio's got to hold on to it better. So those things we've got to do better. But it's not beyond us at all. So now we've just started here. I don't know about you.
Yep, I'm about 30 seconds in.
Can you hear me?
Yep, I'm about 30 seconds in, so just ahead again. But the good thing is we can see the ball again. We can all participate in this because that was a bit of a farce, that last 15 minutes of that first half. But anyway, so there you go, guys. Here pretty optimistic that we can get something back in this second half. But let's see what happens. City, as it stands, have the ball. We're a minute in to the second half. Man City leading by 1-0 here. The only goal coming from Gundogan with 12 minutes to go in that first half. City now in dangerous position. The ball's played out on the right-hand side, wide of West Ham's penalty box. Pulled back to Walker. Walker looks up, plays it back out to the right-hand side. Can a cross come in here from Man City? No, it's played back to Walker. Declan Rice has done really well to intercept now. Can West Ham profit from this and break forward? Doesn't look like it. Rice has just played it out. Also, and looking around and asking where his support was. Anyone really stood out for you, Rio, in that first half for West Ham?
Not especially, to be honest. I was thinking Saïd Benrahma, but he was both in a positive and negative manner.
Yeah,
because he was getting all the right positions but making the wrong choices at the end of the day. I can completely understand why he went for goal on every occasion, but a little bit more awareness. He could have been 2 assists to the good rather than 3 wasted shots to the good at the moment. I've got another interesting comment here from Bubbles 1966 on the forum.
Okay.
He's put, and this is kind of backing up what we said about starting off so brightly and shooting ourselves in the foot. We've got 3 players in our front 6 whose pass accuracy was 50% or lower in that last 20 to 25 minutes.
Wow.
They're giving the ball away with every other touch, sorry. So, and against a side like City, you cannot afford to make that kind of errors. Don't be wasteful to put in possession. You've got to keep possession. You've got to be intelligent with the ball.
Okay, good stuff. Well, let's hope that picks up in the second half. Manchester City have just had their first corner of the second half. Kurt Zouma did well to put the ball out into touch, and it was easily dealt with by West Ham. And the Hammers, we're 3 minutes into this second half, and West Ham have barely put their foot on the ball since the restart. It's been all City in this opening 3 minutes. So, no, I'm not really noticing any sort of obvious tactical adjustments right now from David Moyes out there.
Not so far as I can see at the moment. But then, we settle back into that 5 at the back when we're defending, and we haven't done anything else so far this half. So it's 5 at the back at the moment. When we do get a position, how gallons of possession. And, I mean, I have to say a lot of it is well outside the box, and I was kind of happy to let them have it there. But when they get a bit closer, then like the Rice get the foot in and everything.
Okay, gone very, very quiet again. Then, no, I'm not quite sure why. You were leaning in quite tightly,
right,
but it was just went, it's gone really quiet for a bit. But no worries, I'll give you a shout next time we get you.
I haven't got a 3,500 mile long bit of string and a coat can to use, so otherwise I'd use that.
Yeah, fair play. West Ham coming forward. A ball played over the top, looking for Michail Antonio. Well dealt with by Man City. West Ham, the first time we've really broke forward in the second half, but Diaz managing to avert the danger as City look to build again. We're nearly 5 minutes into the second half. West Ham not really done anything so far, just trying to keep it tight at the moment and, keep City at bay, I guess. But long way to go still. Of course, over 40 minutes. Lots of options for David Moyes on the bench this afternoon. No one thinks we should be looking at bringing on Jared Bowen before too long, if possible. Rio said that maybe Vladimir Soufal might be a good option to bring in and give us a bit more impetus on the right-hand side. But City have the ball 35 yards from West Ham's goal, played out on the left-hand side to Jesus. Jesus cuts back inside. City probing, looking for an opportunity. Cancelo plays it all the way back to Rodrigo, who comes right the way back to Diaz, and they try to build on the right-hand side now. Very, very quiet opening to this second half. West Ham win possession as Aaron Cresswell nips in and steals the ball. And it's with Thomas Souček with 5 minutes gone. Of course, Rio, if we were to lose today, I mean, as we said, this was a bit of a free throw of the dice in some respects, in that we can't drop a position even if we were to be beaten here today.
Yeah, from that aspect, we ain't going to drop out of the top four. It'd just be disappointing that with such a great start to the season, and before last week against Wolves, the only two games we lost have both been last-minute defeats. And on the back of European games, to lose 2 league games on the bounce against Wolves and City, now it dents the confidence a little bit, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that'd be my only kind of worry, that are we going to go on a bit of a sticky patch in the league? But I've got another complaint, but I'll bring that up later.
All right, we'll come back to that in just a minute because West Ham have just won their first corner of the second half. Ben Johnson, we were saying he didn't get forward a lot in the first half, just done exactly that. Tried to play across in from the right-hand side. It's deflected out for a West Ham corner. So Aaron Cresswell, it's on West Ham's right. Yet again, the players lining up. Can we do something with this one? Set piece. Kings, of course, West Ham, as we know. Let's see if we can make something from this one. Aaron Cresswell, that right hand goes up again, delivers the ball. It's to the near post, finds Declan Rice. Declan Rice looks for options. He's outside the box now. It's played back out to Cresswell. Can he get it in again? He can't. Can Rice get it in again? Rice has the ball, plays it short to side Benrahma. Benrahma goes to the byline. Can he get it back across? He does, but it's easily dealt with. And City have possession. Wasted again, no, another corner. What's happened? What's happened? As I said, we were set piece kings a couple of weeks ago. Can't score for toffee now from them.
If that's at me, I'm only just seeing the corner now, so
okay.
But yeah, but as you say, that's going to be wasted. It's a shame. Promising, but yeah. I think last season we had all the set piece stuff. Then we had a lull at the beginning of the season. And then the last couple of weeks we sit back in the street.
Yeah.
That one was a waste. We weren't looking too ambitious, were we?
No, not particularly.
Now I'm just seeing from the series, but Benrahma's having a little bit of a hobble there.
Yeah. Yeah, I can tell you that back in live, the world of, well, relatively live, 30 seconds ahead, that he seems to be running around all right again. So, but no, well spotted there. He did look to have taken a bit of a knock. Yeah, it's a shame that West Ham, we're not going to get too many chances here this afternoon, are we, Noam? So you think that, we need to maximise, our corners and free kicks, things like that.
We've stopped aiming them onto Dawson's shoulder, which is been very prolific over the last couple of years, hasn't it?
That's true. That's true.
Wasn't that an Australian soap opera?
What's that? Dawson's shoulder.
What's an Australian soap opera, Ria?
It's something I used to watch when I was unemployed.
Okay.
Man City looking
Thank
to
you, mate.
break now. They have the ball inside the centre circle. Nick the ball off Souček, who wanted a free kick, wasn't given. I think it was Souček. No, it wasn't Souček. It was Ben Rama, I think. But anyway, 54 minutes gone. Gundogan on the ball, plays it down the left-hand side, but Ben Johnson does well to nip it back. Now, can West Ham break and counter here? Side Ben Rama in a dangerous position, but that's a poor pass from side Ben Rama. Yet again, he's just not on it this afternoon, is he? Yeah, Rio, I mean, it pretty much sums up what you said at half-time.
Yeah, it's like Eric Moulcom, isn't it? He's getting in all the right places, but not playing the right notes. It's incredibly frustrating. We thought we'd left this behind with side last season, and he started off so brightly at the start of this one, but seems to regress a little bit. I don't know what it is, and despite the fact he dyes his hair differently every week, it's just not clicking.
No, this is dangerous. Ball played across the box from the right-hand side from Sterling, who's been found in a good position, but it's well dealt with by West Ham, who play it long. Now, Michail Antonio up against two players, waiting for support out on the right-hand side of the box, dribbling towards goal. What can he do? Plays it across. Oh, it's a terrible ball from Michail Antonio. He's just given the ball away. And now City are breaking counter. Yeah, it's a great ball played into the middle. And Fabianski, it's all going on here now. The ball was played across. Fabianski's come out quickly to intercept. He hasn't quite made the ball. Jesus has put the ball goalwards. It looks like it's going over the line. And then I think it's Aaron Cresswell has cleared the ball from underneath the crossbar and gone straight into the post. And looks to be in quite some considerable discomfort because I think that's clouted him straight in the ribs there. And Rio, is that Cresswell? I've not seen a close-up.
Yeah, I'm just waiting to see. I'm sure it was.
Yeah.
I think it is. The camera's not panned back onto him properly. When he was on the floor, writhing around a bit of agony, couldn't get a clear picture. All we saw his legs kicking up and down. But good defensive work. But if it's come at a price, it's not going to be good news for us.
No, and I mean, that entire chance came from Michail Antonio giving the ball away unforgivably. Yeah. And we're just seeing a replay now. Sterling plays it across. Jesus, it's a bit of a lucky deflection. And that's absolutely fantastic work from Cresswell. And I think it clouts him in the back. I mean, Jesus is lucky. It's a deflection. And Cresswell, I'm not sure it was going anyway, but that's nasty. So the post is kind of hit him in the back. As he slid in towards goal. No more, we could feel that. I'm sure you could feel that one from 3,000 miles away.
Yeah, hurts a lot. We're just seeing the first replay of it now. Yeah, and I mean that's superb from Cresswell. It really, really is. As you say, it would have been a bit of a fluky goal had it gone in, that's going to hurt you. That really is. I mean, see the post move and everything move, and you can feel it here. I mean, Cresswell's not one to go down, is he? He's not one to sort of he's standing. No, they're about to stand him up and say, "I'll give you a minute."
Yeah. Well, he's all right now. He's on his feet. He's still considerably hurt by the looks of it, and David Moyes looks kind of worried. But anyway, we've got the corner. Corner's taken, played long, and I think that's going to go out for a goal. No, Declan Rice keeps the ball alive. It's still right on West Ham's byline, and he plays it down the right-hand side.
Lanzini,
Lanzini's coming on.
I'm surprised they're carrying on the game, actually, because I'd expect that Man City probably need a new set of goalposts.
Yeah, I mean, he did clatter them, didn't he? That was, you could feel that. That was kind of right in the kidneys, that one. Nasty. But
the angle did him
catching
on
up with you now. Just catching up with you now, and Rice has just played it long to give you some sort of but I'm a bit concerned about Cresswell. I mean, even when they were getting him stood up, he went to stand up and he got so far, and he went.
Yeah, it certainly hurt him. I can tell you. Sorry, no, I'm sorry. I was just going to say, I can tell you that it's Ben Rama who's gone for Lanzini. No surprise there, really. No, I mean, it just hasn't been Benny's day, is it today?
Not really. Probably a good swap. Lanzini played well in midweek, I thought, and we were saying he's probably knocking on the door a bit. So so this should be interesting. And I think Andy would also put in the mileage defensively as well, perhaps more than Ben Rama will be. Ben Rama, I was going to say earlier on before things started to happen, was maybe a sort of one eye on the newspapers at the moment. We're talking Lingard wanting out of Man United, cut price fee. So that could be interesting. Anyway, back to you.
Yeah, okay. Cresswell's just taking a little breather, just to try and recover from that injury. He's not on the pitch at the moment as we speak. As we said, Manuel Lanzini is side Ben Rama, the full guy. Just not been sized today. He's been really off it. And Hoyt there on the 59th minute with Manuel Lanzini, who some felt, perhaps deserved to start today after his recent performances. Is on. Sterling has the ball for Man City just to the left of West Ham's penalty box, faced by Lanzini and Johnson. Sorry, Fornals and Johnson. Keeps the ball. Gundogan has the ball, but West Ham nip in and steal it. Lanzini and Rice combining well to nick the ball off him. Now, can we do something? Or that's a professional foul, and that's going to be a second yellow card of the day. Cancelo is going to go in the book here after bringing down Fornals on the halfway line. Fornals, space ahead of him, played the ball away from Cancelo, but brought down unceremoniously, dumped to the floor, and that's a pretty much a clear yellow card, as clear as you'll see now in terms of the laws of the game. That one, I think.
Soufal looks like he's coming on as well, I think, for Cresswell.
Yeah, as clear as I've just seen. I was waiting for it to happen. He's got away there. It's something that they're noted for, isn't it? Them and Liverpool, the tactical foul 10 yards on, so the halfway line. He's done him, and it's just a cynical little trick. And quite right, the yellow card, no problem with that one. Battle for Cresswell.
Yeah, Cresswell's off the pitch. I can tell you that now. Soufal on. I haven't seen Soufal go on yet, but Cresswell is definitely.
It was Soufal.
He's already on. Yeah. So Soufal has gone left back as we speak, or the left side of the defensive three, which I'm not sure about that, Rio. I mean, hopefully, there'll be a bit of reorganisation going on in there in a minute or two when we get the opportunity to do that.
Yeah, it's very strange when putting Vladimir in the back three. I don't know if he's going to rejig it and put Johnson left, because Johnson has played left back with a bit more aplomb in the past. It would make more sense for Vlad to kind of go down that right hand side. At least if Johnson goes left back, Arthur has got that diligence. Should have the diligence to defend him and augment him in defence when we need to go that way, and also provide more of an attacking threat, because that's what Ben Johnson doesn't do really that often.
Yeah, excellent point. Let's we'll keep an eye on that and just see what happens. But for now, Soufal is definitely playing on the left side of that three. Arthur Masuaku breaks on the left-hand side for West Ham, plays the ball centrally. It's another poor pass from West Ham. Unfortunately, the game has been littered with them so far, and just really haven't got our act together. In fact, no, it's not a. Well, hang on, we've just seen Man City send a long ball down the left. It's Jesus up against Zuma, looking to cut inside the box. Plays it short, but Declan Rice is in really, really strongly. Another interception from Declan Rice. I think he's got more interceptions than anybody else in the Premier League so far this season. There's another one to add to his tally for the third or fourth time already this afternoon. He's come in and nipped the ball off a City player. 63 minutes gone. Man City still leading by 1-0. Not an awful lot happening so far in this second. I think we've only just had the one shot, was it? The Jesus effort that Cresswell unfortunately got injured as a result of clearing off the line. But West Ham's still not out of it, as we said. Interesting. I love that comment from Polaroid on the live chat on YouTube when referring to that Cresswell incident, says, "Oh, that groan from the bar," referring to everyone reacting to that collision. You could hear it. I mean, you probably didn't notice that, but have a listen back on the stream when it really was quite audible. And everyone there certainly felt it as well, didn't they?
Yeah, the only other time you see things like that involving goalposts is when Happer put this a defender splits the difference, and that happens quite a lot as well. But with those ones, everyone winces and then laughs a little bit. That one's just pure pain, I think. And I just hope he's okay. He didn't look happy as he was walking down the pitch. And, yeah, one of those ones that a bit of liniment on it over the next few days, and he should be okay for next week. But,
yep.
Hopefully midweek. But yeah, Sufal's still over on the left, isn't he? Yeah.
He is. Yeah, he's still there. Yeah.
We were debating here whether or not Johnson would move over, but Sufal seems to be quite happy on the left there. So happy to see him there if he's happy there.
Yeah. That's definitely still there. So you would have to assume at this point now that that's where he's going to stay for the rest of the game anyway, because you would have expected any change to have happened by now 3.5 minutes since he came on. But yeah, West Ham still a goal behind now, and just really, in some ways, Rio, this isn't the way I'm seeing this go. This game, it's not unlike the last league game at Wolves, where we're really struggling to get into any kind of rhythm. I know it's Man City. I know they're a top team, but we started quite brightly, didn't we, in that opening 15 minutes? But kind of as with Wolves in a way, that was our best spell up there. And I'm just wondering if that's going to be the case again here today.
Yeah, but with Wolves though, you can see them tactically kind of dominate us. They squeezed us at every single position. Didn't allow the midfield to operate at all. With this, we are the victims of our own incompetence at times.
Yeah,
as was pointed out on the forum, that three of our front six of passing rate has been abysmal, below 50%. And what have we seen since the change? Antonio's lack pass almost cost us a goal.
Yeah.
Amount of times we've had the ball in the opponent's half, and each time it's come to nothing because it's awful passing, awful decision making, and now we're penned in. So we really need to change our dynamics and alter our passing mechanisms at the moment. We need to get Lanzini on the ball because that's going to alter some kind of offer something a little bit different.
Yeah.
But I think we're definitely Jeroboam on pretty sharpish, just to inject a little bit of dynamism up there and all. Because Mikel's been anonymous apart from that awful pass in his second half. He needs someone alongside him. I think we should keep him on, but he needs someone up there to help him out a little bit more.
Just to kind of emphasise what you're saying there, Arthur Masuaku's played a decent-looking ball out into space on the left-hand side, and Sufal and Antonio have both gone for the same ball and both just bounced off each other. And it's a bit of a comedy of errors all round, really. But anyway, West Ham have got possession again now. Masuaku plays it back to Kurt Zouma on the halfway, and West Ham looking to build. Probably the first time in this half that we've actually managed to string a few passes together. It's not been really good so far. But as we keep saying, it is only 1-0 at the moment. Just one chance, one opportunity. And could this be it? Anyway, it won't, because Manuel Lanzini, who's received the ball wide on the right-hand side, ball played down the line, is just a smidgen offside, which he seems to reluctantly accept by grinning at the linesman as he walks back to the pitch. Spencer Neal says it's like Keystone Cops up front. Tony Mitchell actually in kind of mitigating that Antonio pass that nearly led to the goal, said that his view was blocked by the referee a few moments ago. So, but still, I mean, no, Antonio, are we expecting too much of him? I mean, he's 31 years old, not a natural striker, but he's had a week off, and we thought he'd come out all guns blazing this afternoon, but his touch has been poor. He's not been able to hold the ball up, and are we expecting too much?
I don't know about too much. We're expecting better because he can do better. We know he can do better. We know about the glass hands and all that. I just sometimes wonder if he's not in the greatest of form last 2 weeks. I have to say, it's starting to train, didn't it? Sometimes would it not be better to take a chance with the hamstrings and give him a couple of games as a run rather than taking him out of the fray for the Europa League games?
Right.
I don't know. I mean, the boys has got sees him every day, knows the stats, knows how fit he is. So, I mean, he can do better. He knows he can do better.
Okay.
At the end of the day, though, if he puts away a last-minute equaliser, I don't think too many of us will be complaining.
No, it's a fair point. Very fair point. Man City have just had another corner. It's played short and then played into the box and well cleared out by West Ham. Played out to the edge of the box, and Man City, a speculative shot. I'm not quite sure who it was from, didn't quite make it out, but from about 20 yards, and it's sailed high over the bar. So Lucas Fabianski takes a goal kick for West Ham. 69 minutes gone now. Time ticking away. We're in the final quarter of this match. It's still Man City 1, West Ham United 1, and Sterling is breaking down the left-hand side again. Plays the ball back to Cancelo. Cancelo swings the ball out wide. It's a bit of a wild pass, but Walker's managed to pick it up. And City now breaking on the right-hand side. Bernardo Silva has the ball, plays it back. It's a poor pass to Masuaku. Can West Ham break here? Yes, we can now. This is an opportunity. So, but Soufal, it was Soufal, little 10-yard run, looked to play it outright to Pablo Fornals and just conceded possession. It's just another slack, poor pass from West Ham, which has really been just sums up the day. Totally real. I mean, I kind of get the feeling this is going to be like one of those games where we could be here till next November and not score. It's just not happening so far, is it?
Yeah, you get that impression that half time is the time to change things around and instill into the players that you have to be less wasteful, more accurate, more incisive. Just keep possession, and we're not doing it. We're not doing it one little bit. And it against a side like this, you really need to be on your mark, and we're not even remotely near it today.
70 minutes gone. Man City 1, West Ham United 0. Man City have a corner. It looked like it had gone out from Sterling, but the ball was played back off of Thomas Souček, and according to the referee, it hadn't gone out, and so he's given a corner.
That looked straight like a goal kick to me.
Yeah, it looked like it had gone out, didn't it?
It gone out well out.
Yeah, the corner. Yeah, certainly did. Corner hasn't come to anything, but Man City's still in possession. Sterling on the left-hand side. I'll bring you some stats while we're just waiting for something to happen on the pitch. Possession, Man City so far 71% to West Ham's 29%. Shots, Man City 15 shots, 6 of which are on target. I think the vast majority of those other 9 have ended up in row Z. West Ham just 2 shots at goal so far, 1 of which was on target. Pretty poor stuff from the Hammers. 4 corners or 5 corners that'll be now for Man City, 3 for West Ham United. 71 minutes gone. We're looking for something to happen here. No, one more change to come. You'd think, hopefully, fairly soon from West Ham. Jared Bowen, it's got to be. You'd think, wouldn't it, to inject a bit of pace and energy up front?
Yeah, that'd be my move. Quite sure who would take off for that, because one way or another you're going to sacrifice something there. But it may even be Antonio coming off. He's not been at the races. I'd be inclined to leave him on because he's the sort of player that something will happen around him one way or another. But yeah, I think Bowen's got to come on sooner rather than later now.
Ben Johnson's lost the ball in a dangerous area. Pocket picked by Cancelo, puts the cross in. It's cleared out, but Man City still have the ball. They're inside the edge of inside West Ham's box. Number 20, Bernardo Silva has the ball, goes back outside, still keeps possession, but West Ham have got the immediate danger away anyway. The Hammers just cannot get their foot on the ball at all in this game. Really, really struggling this afternoon to get a stranglehold in this game, or even get the foot on the ball at all. It's Sterling now with the ball on the left-hand side, 30 yards from West Ham's goal. Patient, probing build-up from Man City. West Ham standing firm. Sterling with the ball again, plays it inside. Cancelo with the ball, little 1-2. Cancelo looks to bear in on goal, but I'm not quite sure what happened there. I mean, it looked like Fabianski could have gone down and just plucked that off his toe, but instead the Cancelo's attempt to chip the ball over Fabianski has just rebounded off the goalkeeper, and it's gone out for yet another Man City corner. I think Fabianski a bit slow. I don't know if you guys have seen that, but Fabianski looked to be a little bit slow there. But anyway, another corner at Man City. Let's see what happens here. No? I'm just waiting for this corner to come over. West Ham still hanging on, of course, as we said.
I'm just catching up with you there. So, yeah, I thought it was a little bit tentative there, Fabianski, but seeing that again now. Yeah, it was tentative, a little bit reactive rather than proactive.
Yeah. Yeah, look that way. Jared Bowen, I can tell you, is coming on now. He's stripped off. No one will be pleased to know. No training gear on. And it's Arthur Masuaku who's coming off. So, Rio, what does this mean in terms of the shape, the formation now?
I don't think Moyes knows at the moment, because we're going to have probably two unnatural left-sided players on that side. If he's going to persist with Soufal on the left, I can only think he's going to put Fornell slightly on the left-hand side of the attack. Bowen normally comes in off the right. I'm really not sure, because it's a bit of a mismatch now. We've got players on the wrong side. We lost our two natural left-sided players. It's going to be a bit hit and miss, if you ask me. There's a couple of interesting posts on the forum. Kit the Car put, the attacking part of our game today has been awful. Everything else, though, has been good. When we win the ball back, there are just no options, or when we are, very poor passing going forward. And Peaches rightly put, with Cancelo and Laporte both on yellow cards, we need to bring Browen on to attack that channel and try and draw the foul. Obviously, it's on now. Let's hope that Moyes has seen that himself and kind of thought about that. But I'm just left wondering how we're going to set up. I'm just trying to look at the moment, and it's still not entirely clear because we're not actually got the ball. But I think Fornell has gone slightly left Bone on the right.
Yeah. I think.
But we're still left with no natural left-sided player at the back there.
Yeah, it definitely looks that way. It looks like Bowen is playing on the right-hand side, Lanzini playing behind Antonio, and Fornells has definitely moved out to the left-hand side by the looks of things. So it looks like we're going back to a straight back four with Rice and Souček sitting in front of that back four, and then the three and the one ahead of them anyway. But things are going to open up anyway. That's I think that's guaranteed. Now, hopefully, it just means that we can offer a bit more going forward, because no, 2 shots. I mean, it's Man City. We keep saying this, top opposition, but 2 shots in open play in 75 minutes. Not the greatest return so far.
Yeah, I'd have hoped for a little bit more, particularly the second half once you'd had the break. Hope springs and all that. But I think Bowen, as I say, will add a little bit of annoyance more than anything else to the City midfield and the back four. I've already seen him brought down once already. Again, one of those tactical, let's just break the play up a little bit, fouls. And we've had a couple of Manchester City players going down quite easily, which is, I guess it's almost a compliment in a way. Now I've just seen Antonio going down.
Yeah, no yellow card though this time from Diaz.
Who was it?
Diaz. It was Diaz. Ruben Diaz.
Yeah, it's okay. So because you're ahead of me now, as I say. But that's a yellow card all day long. So I've just seen it again. That is a yellow card all day long. White isn't. You'll have to go and ask the so-called best referee we've got.
I mean, it's the same foul as Laporte made on the other side in the first half on the same player. It's exactly the same.
Shockingly bad refereeing.
Yeah. But anyway, not given.
Dreadful refereeing.
West Ham have the ball at last in Man City's half. Can we do something with this now? Looking for options. Bodies forward. It's played all the way back though to Kurt Zouma. West Ham managing to retain possession a little bit. Craig Dawson tries to play it down the right, and it's just given away. But Bowen manages to win the ball back. Lanzini has it now. Lanzini skips across from right to left, plays it out wide to Soufal. Soufal short to Fornells. Fornells back inside to Rice. Now Rice is looking to line one up. Rice has let one go from 25 yards. It's punched clear by Ederson. Not a particularly tough save, but surprised he didn't kind of catch that, really. But West Ham have the ball again. Better from West Ham. Jarrod Bowen now on the right-hand side. Can the Hammers do something? Bowen looks up, plays it short to Johnson. Johnson looks for options. No one really on. Plays it short to Antonio. Now on the right touchline. Back to Johnson. Can Johnson get the crossover? Oh, dear. Oh, dear. No, he can't. He's suffice to say there. Unfortunately, he's tried to drag it back, Rio, and unfortunately, he's overdone it a little bit and just put the ball straight out into touch for a Man City throw. Not his day, is it, poor Ben Johnson?
Yeah, I'm struggling. I've just seen that twice, and it's just awful. It just sums up how we've attacked today, isn't it? He finally gets into some attacking positions. I think found the second time a day, and that happened. But from an offensive point of view today, barring those opening 20 minutes, we just haven't gelled. And it's the laxity that is costing us. And I think it's like 2 league Premier games on a row where we've been pretty woeful, barring 20-minute spells here and there. and it isn't sustainable. You know, we have to do better. Moyes come in with that ethos. We have to do better. And the last 180 minutes of football, basically, we've been absolutely woeful, absolutely abysmal.
Well, I mean, Mikel Antonio's looked to hurl a long one into the box and just thrown it straight to a City player. The ball's come out to Manuel Lanzini, who's curled a cross back in, and it's a dreadful, dreadful cross. Hangs it up in the air, and Ederson just comes out, jumps a foot in the air, and says, "Thank you very much. I'll have that one." And just sort of, shows just how badly West Ham have been playing today. Anyway, Man City have a break. The ball played in. This could be dangerous. It could be two. Oh, but Fabianski's done well. It was a short ball from Sterling into the box, and Fabianski was off his line quickly. Just managed to stick out his left hand as the shot was played underneath his body and get a good stop on it. But the pole keeping West Ham in it, but City breaking now on the right-hand side, looking to kill this game off, which a second goal would almost certainly do. And it's Mahrez looking to do something with the ball. Pablo Fornals comes back, hurls himself in front of the ball, and it's deflected out for another Man City corner. But yeah, it's just not working, is it, for West Ham? We're into the final 10 minutes anyway. Looking for that equalising goal that would salvage something for West Ham from this game. But we've got a bit of defending to do first. City with a corner. Mahrez from West Ham's left-hand side. Where's he going to go with this one? Gundogan has come short, and Pablo Fornals is just moved in closer to make sure that doesn't happen. It's played long, though. The header comes in. Dawson does well to make sure it's not on target, but City have the ball again. West Ham nip in, Antonio nips in, but unfortunately, Lanzini can't get the loose ball before a City player, and it's played all the way back. 10 minutes to go, no. Not long now. We're not quite in needing a miracle territory, but we need to produce something pretty quickly, don't we?
Yeah. Sorry, I was just watching that corner after yourselves. Yeah. We had a little spell of pressure there, and again, but it's characterised, as we've been saying, by a little bit of sloppiness and. The final ball, ended up with them. They'll get us on the break if we don't look after the ball, which is something we've been saying for the last 80 minutes. Keep the faith. I have every hope that we'll get that equaliser. And I've only had the 1.5 pints of Brooklyn lager so far. But no, that little spell of pressure just there sort of gave me a little bit of hope. So you're going to tell me that something else is happening now, of course.
No, nothing at all. We're just seeing a shot of Pep Guardiola looking completely unconcerned, about as unconcerned as you could possibly look when you're winning only 1-0 with 8 minutes still to play. But, his side haven't been threatened at all. Interestingly, people still calling for those fullbacks to be switched, Rio, and it hasn't happened. I'm quite kind of surprised that he's left Soufal out there on the left-hand side, especially now we've gone to a flat back four and he's not switched Johnson. I mean, what do you think the thinking behind that is?
I really can't fathom it. Paul Ben, it's not happened today from at all. But surely you put Soufal on his natural side where he served so well last season. He gets forward, he gets crosses in, always looks a threat, he defends well. Johnson at the moment is all he offers really in terms of effect for us is defensive work. And with with Fornals out there, he can be augmented by Lanzini and Bowen switching wings and trying to play possession that way. But to get down that right hand side, attack City there. Surely you need Soufal there. He's playing a natural position. Ben Johnson must have much more experience playing on the left than Soufal's ever had on the right.
Yeah,
it's just a bit of a strange one for me.
I've just seen West Ham look to build on the right-hand side. His ball's ended up with Jared Bowen. He's just had his pocket picked. And anyway, West Ham have just managed to do the same. Ben Johnson winning the ball off Sterling, who wanted a free kick. Of course he did. It wasn't given. Oliver Waves play on. I think he's done all right today, Michael Oliver Gnome, don't you? I mean, he hasn't, apart from that one obvious yellow card that he should have given a few minutes ago for that foul by Diaz, he hasn't really fallen for any of City's games, has he?
We did just a minute ago. We were just saying, I'm not sure it was out on the touchline, but Souček was in close attendance, so he went down on the floor, and Souček hadn't touched him. And Souček and Lindsay both did their nut at Oliver, and we were all up in arms here about it. But yeah, I mean, he hasn't had much to do, sort of thing. But yeah, there should be another yellow card out there, and there isn't. Which, you know, it's the little things like that that can affect the game, because he does it again. You know, anyway, I'll cut back to you.
Okay. West Ham on the attack. 6 minutes to go. Time ticking away. Declan Rice plays a long ball out wide. It's a great ball out to the right to Johnson, who looks to play it in first time. It's Cancelo who's got in the way anyway, and he's put it out for a corner. So West Ham, statistically, the best team from set pieces, of course, in the Premier League over the last 18 months. Just throw that one in again in case you hadn't heard it for about 30 seconds. Have a corner on Man City's right-hand side. So no Criswell to take this one. So let's see who's going to put this one in. It's going to be Jared Bowen. Bowen, of course, we know can deliver a decent centre. So come on, Jared. Let's put this one on the head of Dawson or Diop, or not Diop. That'd be interesting. Zuma, I meant to say. But 5 minutes to go. Corner, West Ham. Bowen, arm up, delivers the ball. It's gone deep. Oh, and there's a melee of players gone in front of Ederson, but it's a Man City head that gets there first and clears it out. I thought for a second that West Ham might be in there as Zuma and Dawson closed in on that corner, but nothing happening. And the ball's back now with Soufal in that unfamiliar left back position. Plays it all the way back to Fabianski. Plays it short to Johnson, who's got a player on. He has to be sharp here. But he's done very well to send the ball out, but he's just conceded possession straight away. Are we ever going to score from a free kick from a corner again, Rio? Just, beginning to wonder now.
Yeah, next Saturday morning about 1:15, stroke of half time, we're going to do it. The other thing with Soufal playing on the left-hand side, if he does break forward, which he's prone to, if he does get in a position across the ball, he's got to check back on his right foot.
Hang on. Oh, okay. Sorry. Declan Rice just burst into the box. It was a good run. Tried to play the ball back, but City managed to one City player just stuck a foot out. And I think that's been given as a goal kick. And Declan Rice is absolutely aghast at the decision as we see a close-up of all the Man City fans just in raucous laughter behind him. Just looking at this again, I thought it was a corner. Bursts into the box on the left-hand side. Looks to play it across. No, I think it's just gone out of play before he managed to get the ball. I think Declan Rice actually threw some. He's actually thrown some snow at the Man City fans behind the goal there. Anyway, Man City are about to make a change. In fact, they have made a change. Just seeing who it is coming on. It's Fernandinho who's coming on for Sterling with just a few moments to go. We are now getting into territory, that sort of, need a miracle territory, aren't we? But still just need the one chance. Still only 1-0.
Yeah, a little bit more stuff like that from Declan. I don't mean throwing snowballs at the supporters there, but marvelous run from Declan there. That turn and run was superb.
Yeah.
We've got. So I'm just seeing the says a little bit now. Fernandinho not attacking minded as Sterling, paying us a bit of respect. That says it all right. Yeah, we've got 4 minutes. We need to hold on to this. Last few minutes a bit bright for us. So 3 minutes left. Let's just throw the kitchen sink. We know we're going to have 2-1. So let's go for it, guys.
Man City have the ball on the left again, as they have had so often in this game. And it's a goal kick for West Ham, however, well marshalled by West Ham's defence. And the ball lofted over the goal and out for a goal kick. So we're approaching now the end of this game. 88 minutes gone. Still Manchester City leading by that 33rd minute goal from Gundogan, the only goal of the game so far. West Ham, anyway, have the ball in Man City territory as Jared Bowen looks to turn and beat his man, but he just concedes the ball, gives it away. Poor stuff from West Ham. Just haven't really got going so far in this game this afternoon. Man City now in possession on the left-hand side. And Thomas Souček sticks out a boot and concedes a throw-in. What do we reckon on added on time here, guys? Rio, what do we reckon? 3-4 minutes? The way things are?
I'm thinking 3. There's not really been anything of note. I mean, Cresswell's injury. couple of subs, but other than that, it's been playing in a pretty good spirit, hasn't it?
Yeah.
So,
no lengthy. No lengthy.
I'd say 4 or 5 because Cresswell took quite a while to sort out, and we've had a couple of subs as well. So
okay,
I think that's going to be at least 4.
All right, good stuff.
Also, factoring in Oliver wants to get home and get down the motorway. If it keeps on snowing, you know.
We're in the final minute. Man City do have another corner. Ben Johnson's just conceded a corner and did well to stop a cross coming in, but Man City have a corner. Of course, they're in no rush to take it. 2 men standing very close. It's Jesus and Gundogan keeping the ball in the corner. I mean, they still have possession. 3 City players still with the ball, but Souček manages to nip it off the toe of play. But this is dangerous. City win it back, and now this could be trouble. Shot's going to come in from Fernandinho, and that's game over. It's 2-0. Man City have scored the substitute. Side foots the ball from 15 yards into the bottom right-hand corner of Lucas Fabianski's net. And that's, I'm afraid, the 90th minute. It's not going to matter now how many added on minutes we have, because that is game over, and West Ham are on their way to a second consecutive Premier League defeat. Gnome.
Yeah, just catch up with me. I'm just seeing the goal now.
There's a few Man City facts in there, is there?
Well, yeah, it's been very, very quiet for 80 minutes. End of the day, it is what it is. We haven't been disgraced, and we know we'll come off there thinking we could have played better. We've not been outclassed, but disappointing. But I mean, look at it. I mean, it starts off where they're thinking about keeping the ball down in the corner, which says a lot, doesn't it? It's only when they worked it out.
Oh, and it could be a third here. I'm sorry, it's City. And City have scored a third. I'm not quite sure what happened. Because
no, that really isn't just.
No. No, actually, I think it's... Has it been ruled out? Or has it been given? Let's have a look. What's happening here? But it's Bernardo Silva. We didn't see the cameras broke away. So I don't know what's happened at all here. We just saw him through on goal, 30 yards from goal, and he lifts the ball over Fabianski. And I think he's offside, actually. Just seeing the replay now, and I think it's been called offside. He puts it into the right-hand corner of the net, just as I say, lifting it over Fabianski. But for the second time, City have a goal ruled out, and West Ham back in possession. I think, Noam, you're absolutely right there. That would have been incredibly unjust, wouldn't it?
Yeah, 3-0, 2-0 just flatters them a little bit, but 3 would just be like, take them out for a dinner, wouldn't it?
Yeah. West Ham in possession, looking to get a consolation. Jared Bowen.
I mean, that's one of those ones we were talking about earlier on, where the flag should go up straight away. There's no question. Is there? I mean, there's no question about that. You don't need the grid lines out. Sorry, you complain about thinking a foul against them. I mean, so it's 4 minutes of added time, I see.
Yeah, +4 call. West Ham have the ball anyway. Antonio looks to turn into the box, giving a little nudge off the ball, but Michael Oliver not spotting that one. And Man City have the ball yet again. West Ham had a couple of little chances there while no one was just talking about nothing. Still looking for a third shot of the game. Only 2 shots at goal all game. Just not really good enough for the Hammers, who of course will stay 4th in the Premier League at worst tonight, regardless of this result. But you kind of get the feeling, Rio, don't you, that we could have done so much better here today. We've just sort of it's just all a bit nonchalant and kind of limp to defeat. Really, haven't really put in a great deal of effort.
Yeah, I keep saying it. We've cut a run through here.
Yeah,
both the goals have come from defensive mistakes. Our attacking unit has been so wasteful and so inept in their passing and distribution. It's been absolutely shocking. We're the victims of our own demise. Against a side like this, you cannot afford to switch off. We haven't strung about 3 or 4 passes together, and despite the changes in personnel, nothing has changed. It's been a woeful performance in terms of attacking impetus, and it's just not good enough.
We've just seen, you know, I know we're going to talk about this. This is probably going to be the biggest topic of conversation. Well, just hang on, we'll stick with this now. Lanzini's inside the box, has the ball, plays it back, looking for Soufal, who obviously cuts inside for the third time. I was just going to bring it up on the left-hand side, cuts inside, tries to deliver a ball. Rice has the ball now, plays it into Lanzini. Lanzini puts into the box, but it's easily dealt with, and that's not going to trouble anyone. Lanzini has the ball again, has a shot. Oh, what a goal that is! Lanzini, I mean, it's not quite Tottenham 3-3-S, but he's hit a dipping volley from the edge of the penalty box. It's hit the underside of the crossbar, and it's going to come too late because we've already played 94 minutes. But Manuel Lanzini's just scored an absolute rip-roarer of a consolation for West Ham. It's out of absolutely nothing, and what a shame. Unfortunately, it's just come a little bit too late for the Hammers. But yeah, Rio, shades of White Hart Lane there. I think it's actually off the post, not the crossbar.
Yeah, it's a fantastic strike. But this is the only move we put together in the entire second half of any note.
Yeah,
it's too little too late. It's the most frustrating thing in the world. You think every game we've lost this season, because this is another defeat on the cards, we've lost by a solitary goal. No, despite the fact we've been woeful in our last two performances, we've only lost by that one goal. And if we'd have been switched on more defensively diligent, we should be picking up points in both these games.
Yep. Well, West Ham have at least scored the best goal of the game. We can safely say that. But the final whistle has blown at the Etihad Stadium. It has finished Manchester City 2, West Ham United 1. Manchester City scoring in the 33rd minute. Gundogan scoring the opening goal and doubling their advantage in the final minute of normal time. Fernandinho, the substitute, had only been on the field for something like 3 minutes when he side-footed home from just inside the box to make it 2-0 to Man City and give them an unassailable lead. But then Manuel Lanzini, out of absolutely nothing, in fact, in the fourth and final added-on minute at the end of the game, produces a volley, maybe not quite as outstanding as the one he scored at White Hart Lane in that incredible 3-3 draw last season, but certainly one that's going to be challenging, I would suggest, for the Goal of the Season award come the end of this year. But it has finished, as I said, Manchester City 2, West Ham United 1. First initial thoughts post-match from our team. Rio, over to you first, because Noma's just disappeared.
Yeah, I'm just incredibly frustrated more than anything. You go up to the Etihad, you expect to be coming against top-class opposition who are going to make you work your nuts off. You have to take the game to them, which we did so well in the first 20 minutes, but we completely switched off. We lost all discipline. We lost all impetus. We handed the game to them. Only went in the break at 1 down. I expected a reaction, but we got nothing. We got absolutely nothing. And it took 45 minutes to create a real good effort on goal, which Manuel has absolutely taken with aplomb. But for a game when we were so awful, again, we was only 1-0 down until the very dying embers of it.
Yeah.
You know, we could have easily taken a point. We just need to be a bit braver. But it isn't that. We need to be not only brave, we need to be intelligent with our use of ball. And we didn't do that today. We created our own demise here. And it is just, at this level and at this stage of our progression, we should be taking the teams to pieces at times. I'm not saying today we should be taking them to pieces, but we should be more switched on diligently, defensively. The mindset has got to be right. We was lacking today in every attacking sense. And we've got a couple of injuries. Our left side's been decimated again, because I don't know how Aaron's going to cope with that, what he went through today. Yeah, the changes didn't make sense when they came on.
Yeah.
I would love to see Lanzini come on, but sit in a quarterback position almost, and throw Thomas Suchek further forward, just behind Antonio, offer him a bit of support. Because Suchek's been wasted where he is at the moment. There's just things not clicking for me, and it's a bit worrying now.
Okay. Noam, I don't know if you can hear us. Yes, we've got you. Rio says it's a bit worrying. Back-to-back defeats, defeat at Wolves, defeats by Man City, only by the odd goal in each game. But, two very, very disjointed and out of the ordinary performances for West Ham this season. But just specifically sticking with today for now, what's your initial post-match thoughts on what we've seen there?
Yeah, I mean, it's one of these ones. It's how far we've come that we're actually disappointed that we've lost 2-1 away at Man City.
Right.
2 years ago, would have been 2-1. It's not 5-0. Yeah, we've had 2 games where we haven't exactly been at the races. We're going to have a sticky spell this season. I mean, we've come out of the blocks like a greyhound. So, we're going to have this. I don't think there's anything to be particularly concerned about. If you get sticky spot the last 7 games, then maybe you start sort of like thinking about it. But at the end of the day, we could have done better. We know we should have done better there.
Okay.
2-1, it's about the right result. I mean, that third goal's been allowed. I'd have been. It would have been a complete and utter travesty of justice. I mean, 2-0 was slightly flattering to them because they didn't. We weren't sort of. Fabianski wasn't making save after save after save, was he?
No.
Most of their, you'll give the efforts on goal and how many were on target. And they were, a lot of those were Rosette candidates, weren't they? So, we played well enough defensively. It's just that the attacking force, we didn't look after the ball. And that's something that we need to really work on because what we were doing better earlier on this season was that. And we weren't, we weren't doing that well enough. So, we go away again. We've got Brighton midweek, and I'll play every day. A lot of the stuff would have been put right.
Yeah.
I mean, as I say, the old poem about treating defeat and victory in the same equanimity. What I said all last season, let's not get carried away. Let's not get carried away either way, win or lose.
Okay, all right, good stuff. There you have it, the gents' initial post-match thoughts on what we've seen today. What Manchester City 2, West Ham United 1. The Hammers falling to a second consecutive Premier League defeat at the Etihad Stadium this afternoon. Hopefully, joining us very, very soon by the wonders of modern technology will be the Pink Palermo, who was at the game for KUMB.com this afternoon, and of course himself, but able to report for us live and direct from Manchester. And hopefully we'll have him on very, very shortly, as I say. But let's I think there's a couple of things we really, really need to talk about that stood out in that game. Rio, you touched on it. The decisions by David Moyes. I mean, in Moyes we trust, of course, and all this. He's done an absolutely fabulous job. But I don't think it's unfair that we can be, slightly critical when we feel that's, apt. And I think there was definitely perhaps some reason to criticise the one or two of his decisions there today. And I think the most obvious one was we spoke about the substitutions. You called it at half time. You said you felt that Soufal should come on because he'll give us that added impetus on the flanks in attack. What we weren't expecting was him to be brought on and put on the left-hand side, though. And of course, when we went to a flat back 4 following, who is it that came off? It was when Bowen came on, wasn't it? Went on the right. I think we went to a flat back 4, reverted to the 4-2-3-1 formation that, of course, we've done so well in. And I think we were all kind of expecting Ben Johnson, who, of course, is a left-sided player, played left back, quite a lot during his academy time to switch over with Soufal, but it didn't happen. And we saw it in the last 3 or 4 minutes when there were 3 opportunities when Soufal broke down the left-hand side, and obviously somebody who's a natural left-sided player, Cresswell, for example, Masuaku, would have just whipped the ball in. Each time he's had to cut back on his right-hand side because he's that kind of modern phenomena of a Premier League player who can't play with both feet. But what sense can we make of that decision? Why has Moyes done it? Why has he not looked at that and said, let's just make what seems like the natural switch? Is it because perhaps he set out plans for Johnson to deal with Sterling throughout the game, maybe, and maybe we hadn't sat down and worked that out with Soufal? What possible reasoning can you think of that? Because I'm struggling, quite frankly.
Yeah, I'm absolutely struggling as well. I think your point is probably the most valued one going. He must have had a plan for Johnson to deal with Sterling down that side. He obviously wasn't expecting to lose his natural left-sided defender in Aaron Cresswell. I know he played centre back for most of the game today.
Yep.
But with Arthur not being at the races, particularly in the second half, if it had kept Creswell, you have that natural left-sided player who can, as you say, get down the line and whip the ball in.
Yep.
You just think Ben Johnson's got a lot more experience playing the left side in his fledgling career than Vladimir Sufal ever has. And Vladimir Sufal, who offered so much last season, both attacking and defensively, it's just natural for him to go to that right-hand side.
Yeah.
You switch Johnson to the left, particularly when you've got Fornells in front of him just playing that slightly advanced role. You don't expect too much of Johnson in the attacking department, which for me, as someone who started as an attacking midfielder, it's a bit baffling that he hasn't progressed and taken that kind of impetus into his first team appearances. But, you know, if he's going to play strictly in that defensive mode, put him on the left. We've got Fornells, whose work rate and energy, again, he didn't have a great game today, but his work rate and energy normally will offer him some protection now and offer Fornells the ability to kind of advance forward without having to worry about his defensive duties as much, because he knows Johnson's going to be strictly stuck in that position. Right-hand side, you stick your natural right back, somebody who know can attack with verve and pump, but also offers the diligence to get back and defend well.
Yeah.
It's just completely baffling. I can't fathom that at all.
No, okay. Well, let's see if Noam has got any ideas, because that's you and I who are pretty stumped with regards to the decision to keep Sufal on the left-hand side. Noam, give us a reason why Moisey didn't change it, why he kept Johnson on the right and Sufal on the left.
Yeah, you got me beat there.
That's no good.
We were talking. Yeah, my mate Tony's just gone here, but yeah, we were saying when it first came on, he said, "I thought let's move Johnson over the left. Surely that makes more sense."
Yeah.
And now, yeah, for the first couple of minutes, you know, while they were reorganising their calls or whatever to account for, that was one thing. But you know, once the game had sort of calmed down a little bit after that, then it would have made sense to me.
Yeah.
Okay. But no.
Baffling. Baffling, really.
Baffling.
Okay. Well, I mean, you know, that wasn't.
Yeah, I was just about to say for the post-match. Yeah, for the post-match roundup, I'm allowed about 15 minutes from the boss, because they're uptown somewhere. Where I've got to go and find in the age where to meet them. And, to quote the lovely Louise, who's been very wonderful in allowing me to do this today. Anyway, are you doing the after-match thing? So I said, yeah. She said, it'll be ages then. I know how you look along after a game. I don't know what you're trying to talk about. So, I said I'd try and limit it. That's when we're being brief. Yeah. So, yeah, you've got to another 10 minutes.
All right.
Or so, then I've really got to get on the subway.
All right, no worries. Well, let's see if we can throw in some valuable content between now and then, anyway, because I'm sure Rio's got things to do as well this afternoon, and you know, we'll hang about. No, he revise it, goes.
Sorry, I'm being asked if the seat next to me's been taken, and it was sort of some. I've had to come up with someone sitting there, mate. Yeah, the time of the fan.
Okay, good stuff. Let's talk about well, let's talk actually first of all, let's talk about Declan Rice. Let's talk about some positive stuff. Declan Rice is going by numbers this afternoon. 98% pass accuracy, 78% total duels won, 11 ball recoveries, 5 attempted tackles, 4 successful tackles, 1 interception, 2 attempted dribbles, 2 successful dribbles, 1 shot, 4 passes into the final third. Another great game from Declan Rice, who goes from strength to strength. So.
Yeah.
No.
Also, one successful snowball launch.
Yes. Yeah, that was a good chuck. Very frustrated. Probably.
Does that count as a shot on target as well?
Well, I think it was. We only had one, didn't we? Apart from that, so we'll take it anyway. So 2 shots on target for West Ham this afternoon. Talk to me, gentlemen. No, I'll come to you first, just in case you need to nip off fairly shortly. But let's have a chat about Said Benrahma. Last season, all of us were a little bit unsure. We weren't quite convinced that he was going to be the player that we'd hoped he was. This season, absolutely fantastic. Ended last season, brilliant form as well. Last couple of weeks, really, really not been at the races at all. And there are serious questions being asked by some fans now as to whether Manuel Lanzini should be taking his place in the starting lineup. Of course, you know, that goal he scored today certainly aren't going to do his claims any harm at all. Noam, what's your view on that issue, Lanzini versus Benrahma?
I think I would go Lanzini for Brighton.
Okay.
Certainly, if he's going to be on the bench, I'd certainly give him a lot longer. Quite a terrifying to keep him people. But he also does a little bit more of the donkey defensive work that he's doing in the field. He's got a bit more nous about him.
Yeah.
I think we might be seeing a bit of interchange between those two in the next month or so until hopefully Lingard arrives. I can see if Lingard comes back.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, I'm glad you mentioned. It's almost like you've read my mind there, because my next question was going to be, what about Jesse Lingard? Was there a Jesse Lingard size hole in that team today? And you know, would we have benefited from him being out there?
I certainly think would have been hold on to the ball. Lingard runs with the ball better than Benrahma, taking people on. I think we're a better side with him in.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that maybe talks there's a cut. Let's face it, won't give us that many nights at the moment. In any case, I think he stayed having been given assurances that he was going to see a lot more game time. He hasn't.
Yep.
And the only thing I can think of is I haven't seen what NBC Sports.
We're losing you again. No, I'm sorry. We've
got NBC. Yeah, I think
that's better.
Thing we've got on the moment is NBC Sports.
Yeah.
And so then I haven't seen a lineup at the moment, but I'm guessing it's probably not starting again today.
Yeah.
My only worry is that someone new comes in. They've got this interim guy coming in, haven't they, apparently from Moscow, was it? He's coming up. And I'm only a little bit concerned that he might take a sort of fresh look at things and think, yeah, Lingard's the guy I need.
Yeah.
And we miss out for that reason. But I'm hoping that won't be the case. But yes,
okay.
if he's available, have him like a should.
All right. Let me throw that over to Rio quickly. Rio, a couple of questions there. Lanzini versus Benrahma, your views. No one thinks we should go with Lanzini against Brighton in midweek. And Jesse Lingard, would he have made a difference today?
Yes, on both counts.
Okay.
I think Lanzini's earned his starting place.
Yep.
Saeed hasn't been at the races for a good month or so now. And we pointed out earlier in the first half, he was getting some brilliant positions,
yep.
but a lack of awareness cost him dearly. I can completely understand why he went for goal on every single occasion, but not every time should he have shot. He should have looked up or had that awareness for 4-0 in the first instance, definitely.
Yeah.
Possibly one of the others too. I mean, he's got a great goal scoring record at championship level with Brentford. He started off the season like a house on fire, but he's dropped off. And despite the fact he's getting in the right areas, his decision making and his finishing ability hasn't been the required standard the last few weeks.
Why? Because we said this, didn't we, last season? That was the main issue. He was making the wrong decision, shooting, when he should have been looking for a pass instead. He seemed to sort that out, didn't he? You said it there, and he started the season on fire. It was fantastic. The last 2 or 3 weeks, it's like we've got the bad old Benrahma back. The Benrahma who makes the wrong choices, the bad mistakes, and has that poor first touch. What's going on there?
The only thing I can think is that it's kind of a mental problem. You're either going to get one Benrahma or the other. You're never going to get a consistent one. And it depends very much on the day which one you're going to get. I thought after the Gent game away, when he got those 2 great goals, I thought that would spur him back on, increase his confidence, boost him. I just don't know. I don't know if it's the level of opposition we've played the last 2 weeks. Obviously, City are world-class side. Wolves ain't bad either. But I don't know. He's just suffering. I can't pinpoint why.
No.
And I think David Moyes be thinking the same thing. What happened to that player that I got into your head at the start of the season?
Yep.
I transformed you. I got you right exactly where I wanted you. Why have you dropped off? I just think it's a mental thing with Saeed.
Okay. Well, I mean, we'll certainly find out by Wednesday, because if he's in the team, then you can assume that Moyes still fancies him. But I mean, Lanzini suffered, experienced something of a renaissance, hasn't he, in recent weeks? People were almost suggesting that he was surplus to requirements in the summer, and that following the injury, he hadn't been the same sort of player. But those 2 or 3 weeks, a few weeks, come on, made a real difference as a sub, giving us a bit of energy, looked lively, and yeah, he's kind of played himself back into contention, hasn't he?
Very much so. But I think this was triggered off towards the end of last season.
Yep.
When we went up to Turf Moor, we had injuries, he played as a deep line centre midfielder.
Yep.
And he found his voice. He was controlling the game. He was some absolutely amazing passing from the deep. He controlled games that we hadn't seen for about 18 months.
Yeah.
And despite the fact that he was left out the side at the start of the season, every time he's been called upon, he's come on, he's made a difference. I think actually today, in terms of playing performance and being involved in the game, again, you've got to take into consideration the level of the opposition.
Yeah.
It's probably his least effective performance from the bench today. But he caps it off with quite a nice little tidy goal at the end there. But I think when he's been called upon each time this season, he's contributed in a positive way.
Yeah, good stuff. Yeah, I agree. I think he's done well, and certainly given himself a real shout for a start this week. But let's just take a quick look at the second half action. It wasn't an awful lot happened really. Most of the main talking points took place in the first half, and there was a couple of bookings that we shouldn't have happened. But I mean, the first real incident of note was that horrendous injury sustained known by Aaron Cresswell. It was 60th minute, there was it Jesus who had the shot, I think it was, or Seal, I can't remember now actually, but it was heading goalwards. Cresswell scurried back to get the ball out, put the ball out of danger from under the crossbar, but slipped and on his back slid straight, the post straight in, looked like the kidneys, looked like that side, his left hand side. And it's kind of funny, isn't it? Because Cresswell's been there every week so far this season, didn't play on Thursday and only played half a game today. But nasty looking collision, that one, Noam, and not one you'd fancy taking yourself. And must have been a real tough one, because it's not often that you see a player go off or something like that.
Yeah, you said that earlier on we had the a few seconds behind you here, but as it happened, especially after the replay, you could hear the groan.
Yeah.
And it was one of those. It was horrible. It's something that's going to be very sore and tender for a day or two at least. And they need to make sure check there isn't anything more extensive, because obviously around the kidneys there you need to be a little bit careful.
Yeah.
You get bruising to go, you get bruised kidneys, don't you? So hopefully it's nothing long term, but it was just makes you think about it just sort of in seconds. So showing sort of highlights of other games at the moment. So, horrible.
It also kind of made David Moyes' mind up for him, didn't he, in terms of the changes? He had to bring Soufal on at that stage, and
that was a sort of enforced change. So maybe other changes might have been slightly different had we been able to keep the defenders on at the start. I suggest Soufal probably wouldn't have gone on. But, that's what they're for, substitutions as well.
Okay, we've lost you again.
Yeah, sorry, it's getting a bit rowdy in here. I am going to have to disappear in about 5 minutes or so, because I've just had a message about where we're meeting.
Turn your phone off. It'll be all right.
Opposite an ice skating rink, which no, I am not going ice skating. My ankles are bad enough at the best of times. So,
like I say, mate, I'll turn your phone off if I was you. Just pretending you've run out of battery if that's on the menu. Stick with us, you'll be all right. For those who
you're you're 3,500 miles away from my young lady, and yeah, it's easy for you to say. I'm not, and she knows where I am right now. So
Yeah, good point. Fair point. For those who are asking and weren't here at the start of the stream, Naomi's in New York this weekend, so that's where he's coming live for us. And still getting a better reception than we would if he was in the London bloody stadium, that's for sure. Even though he's 3,500 miles away. But there you go. Anyway, no, I'm going to ask you now, just in case you have to nip off before we finish this next segment. But give us your man of the match for today.
Difficult one because nobody really stood out, I think, at the end of the day, and it's almost a default position because nobody can seem good enough to take it away from him. You read his stats earlier on. Declan Rice.
Yeah. Rio, any objections to that?
Sorry, I missed that. I was just looking at the forum. Sorry. Was it
okay?
If you went for Declan, I'm in
Declan
complete
Rice.
agreement.
Declan, yeah, me too.
I'm complete agreement. I thought we actually, as a unit, we didn't defend that awfully.
Yeah.
Look at the chances City had. Obviously, had a lot more than us. But Dawson and Zuma weren't awful at all today.
No.
They did everything that was asked to. But Declan Rice just stands out by a country mile today.
Yeah. Fabianski didn't have a bad game either. Made 2 or 3 excellent saves again. But I hate the fact that, you know, when you lose, you quite often, on games like this, we quite often give the award to Fabianski because there's no one else. You know, it's like, oh, we'll give it to the keeper. He made a couple of good saves, but I think we're probably just about right on that one. I think Rice was, you know, the only player really looked like doing anything in the entire game. Man of the match, good. Lingard done. Lanzini and Ben Rama done. Fullbacks done. I'm kind of running out of things to do. Actually, I think we can wrap up fairly soon. No, we've still got you. So let's have a look at our next. Have a look at our next outing. I'll tell you what. Before we do that, just very quickly, the other main incidents in the second half. 1-0 looked like we might be able to nick an equaliser at the end, and then Fernandinho. No, we'd only been on the pitch 2 minutes and come up and scored a second goal, and that was that.
Yeah, typically there's me saying we want to mark a respect and put Fernandinho on to shore up things defensively, just as we would begin to get a little bit of a football.
Yes.
What does he do? Go to schools? What the hell do I know?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a little bit we were asleep defensively. You can't afford to do that in 99% of games in the Premier League. You can't afford to do that. And you can't afford to do that sort of thing in 100% of games you play against Manchester City. Simple as that.
Yep. Okay. All right. Just someone scored by the sounds of things over there in New York. No,
it's the usual. It's the usual Man United sort of people going on for that football support.
Their local fan club. Of course.
Who did you used to support?
Yes, indeed. Well, we did at least get the last cheer of the game, didn't we, Rio? And we kind of saved it to a little bit late. It was the 4th added on minute of 4 added on minutes at the end of the 90. But Manuel Lanzini, we spoke about him a few minutes ago, but we threw that strike. What a goal that was.
Yeah, for a performance where we was so inept going forward for 70 minutes, for him to pull that out the very last second, it's just frustrating because had we managed to do a little bit of magic 30 minutes earlier, we would have been flying all over these. We could have snuck that game. No, it wasn't a great performance, but there's only one goal in it until that another slack bit of passing at the back, which gifted Fernandinho that goal, really. Yeah. Then Manuel pulls out an absolute worldie. It's just frustrating. Very frustrating day today. And just going back, my complaint from earlier, right?
Yeah.
The first time this broadcast has ever gone intercontinental, right? We've gone transatlantic. In the background, in the Smithfield Hall, I know there's a lot of expats there who come watch West Ham games, but it sounded like everyone there was from New Cross rather than New York. So I just think Noam isn't in New York. He's just doing it from a studio somewhere the other side of the river.
Oh, right. I get you. He's got the old NASA 69 moon landing thing going on there, is he? Come on, no, fess up. Where are you really?
welcome to Capital. Now, I can guarantee you that I'm in the Smithfield Hall, a wonderful hostelry, and I'm not saying that just as my host was still. I came down here yesterday afternoon, just basically locate the place.
Come closer. Come closer.
Yeah, I came down here yesterday afternoon with Lou, just to make sure the game is on here and reconnaissance and early stuff. And we've made it feel incredibly welcome here. It's a marvellous hospital. Anybody in the room wait for football. There must be 20 plus TV screens in here at the moment.
Give him another free beer.
Yeah, if only. No, I've got to go in a minute. But no, it's a wonderful pub. I'll be in here for Wednesday for the Brighton game as well now. So,
all right.
And it's been a great place to watch the game. I'm going to have to say my goodbyes now because I'm having trouble getting connected with
all right.
Well,
look, hang on. No, before you go, tell that lot to shut up.
It's only Man United supporters. What they know about football.
All right. Well, listen. Before you go, I've got your favourite bit of the show for you, the XG stat. I mean, you could possibly leave without hearing that. Today's XG stat: Man City 2.80. West Ham. Want to have a guess?
0.6243 recurring.
Rio? What?
0.3.
Well, Rio's either seen it or he's incredibly observant.
Don't win a prize.
West Ham's XG stat for today was 0.24. So we probably actually did quite well to only go down 2-1 according to that. But anyway, no, go and get yourself off to the ice rink or wherever it is you're off to now.
Yeah,
and we'll catch
up with
you on Wednesday.
Anyway. We'll catch up on Wednesday. Take care.
Right.
Thanks, Jets. Take care.
All right, buddy. You take care. There you go. Coming live for KUMB from New York City. Our first, as Rio said, our first transatlantic broadcast. And as I said, a much better signal than you'd get at the London Olympic Stadium. Rio, it's just you and me. Pinky hasn't turned up. I guess he's hugely disappointed at seeing West Ham go down this afternoon. So we shall wrap up between us, my friend, this afternoon. So yeah, there wasn't many highlights in that second half at all, was there? There wasn't an awful lot to talk about, but West Ham went down anyway, which means that makes this is it Wednesday, our next game? Is it Wednesday?
Yeah, Wednesday at Brighton, home to Brighton.
Wednesday against Brighton at the London Stadium. When was the last time we beat Brighton, Rio?
I think Moses was playing. I don't mean Victor. I think the beard with the bloke with the beard.
Bloke who parted the Red Sea.
Yeah. Now, I'll be honest.
Yes.
Our record against Brighton is so shocking. The last time I can remember us beating them, when I went, was when we won away in the promotion season when Kevin Nolan scored at the MX. I really can't remember. I'm going to have to check this up because.
Right, I've got it right here. I can tell you that, well, it certainly hasn't been since they were promoted in the Premier League, was it? You're absolutely spot on. The last time we beat them was in the promotion championship season, 2011-12. We beat them home and away, beat them 1-0 at their ground. As you said, Kevin Nolan scoring the only goal, 17 minutes gone, first half. And then we beat them in the return fixture. We absolutely smashed them off the park, didn't we? It was that game. Was that the last game of the season when Vazte scored the hat-trick, Nolan, Carlton Cole scoring and Gary Dicker scoring an own goal? I think it might.
I think it was the last league game.
Last league game, yeah, because we had the
and
playoffs,
I'm still bitter about that. It's only 6-0 game. I've walked out absolutely disgusted because if you remember, Vazte did that spectacular overhead kick.
Yes,
I think the clinched his hat trick.
Yeah,
but in the build-up, there was a blatant penalty, and I'm turning around to everyone alongside me, going, "Didn't you see that? That's obvious penalty." So I missed the overhead kick bit because I was too busy moaning.
Well, look, I mean, Brighton, I've got to say, they are responsible for being involved in the worst game I think I've ever seen at the Bowling Ground. In fact, the worst game I've probably ever seen West Ham playing. And it was that game when we were relegated and playing down the Championship. November 2004, according to my stats I'm looking at now. We lost 1-0. Gary Butters, the immortal Gary Butters, scored the only goal of the game, 22 minutes left. Hayden Mullins was sent off with Adam Virgo, 16 minutes from time. And it was one of them games. I remember looking around at the crowd and everybody was just absolutely I don't think anyone even complained because we were just so downtrodden as a fan base by that point. You know, we'd seen that all our best players go to Chelsea and whatnot. And I think that was when Defoe was getting sent off nearly every other week. But anyway, it was a terrible time and it was just an awful game and we went down. But yeah, I mean, so Brighton, we haven't had 9 years. 9 years is the answer since we last beat them. Can we turn it around? I mean, looking at their record, they've had a really, really terrible run, haven't they, lately? I mean, they were doing so well at the start of the season. Drew 0-0 with Leeds, lost 2-0 at Villa, held by Newcastle at the Amex a few weeks ago. Did all right. I mean, they went to Liverpool and drew 2-2, and also at Leicester. Smashed 4-1 at home by Man City, held by Norwich. Good result at Palace 1-1. You've got to go back to, I mean, they beat Swansea in the EFL Cup on the 22nd of September, but their last win in the Premier League was actually against Leicester on the 19th of September, more than 2 months ago. So that's a nailed-on Brighton win, isn't it, this Wednesday?
You would have thought so, definitely. I know, because Potter was getting some criticism from the Brighton fans yesterday, and he's come out and been vocal against. He can't understand why.
Yeah.
To be honest, I kind of back him a little bit. I'm a big fan of Graham Potter. Yeah, I think he's done a wonderful job. He did a superb job in Sweden with Östersunds.
Mm-hmm.
And he's one I earmarked as potential West Ham manager in the future before he got kind of taken up by the Seagulls. Yeah. But it's just one of them things, isn't it? Are we going to do a typical West Ham thing against the side that hasn't won for 8 games, who might just invoke a rule of bringing Glenn Murray out of retirement just because he does a Glenn Murray and scores against us? You know, we've got to have a massive reaction to the last 2 league games because they just haven't been good enough. No. And for a side with aspirations of finishing the top echelons of this league, from an attacking perspective, the last 2 games have been not anywhere near the calibre what we need to produce.
Yeah,
we need the reaction. We need a massive reaction from our players. But that little bit of West Ham in the back of my head, despite the fact the new regime has completely changed us, is just pointing to a 3-0 defeat.
Oh, well, it's all fun and optimism on here this afternoon, isn't it, eh? Goodness gracious me. Yeah. 5 draws in a row, of course. 1-0, 2-2, 3-3, 1-1, 2. Well, at least we're hopefully guaranteed a few goals anyway, even if... you know,
that's just put a kiss of death on that, and wasn't it? Jesus.
Oh dear. If you're new to this, it does get better than this normally. You know, we're normally quite a bit more chipper than this, but it's not been a great day for West Ham. But, you know, I don't suppose we really expected much more than that, did we, Rio? You know, the way we've been playing the last few weeks and up against a team in absolute red-hot form, to be fair.
No, if you look at the actual result, before the game, you said 2-1 Manchester City, you know, we'll take that, you know, it's acceptable. Long gone are the days when we lose 3 or 4, 5, 6-0.
Yeah.
We just go up there and roll over. Even today, we weren't at the races, but we competed more than matched them in the first 20 minutes. It's just our wastefulness and our lack of intelligence on the ball for the rest of the game has cost us dearly. But yet, we still weren't out of that game.
No.
And every single defeat this season, we haven't been mauled by anyone. It's been single goal defeats.
Yeah, good point.
So, and we're just a fraction away. And again, this is going to be a plus point for everyone out there watching, if there's anyone left, after me being so negative. Despite the fact that the last 2 games have been our 2 worst league performances for quite a while.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah, agreed.
You know, we was only a goal away, one little bit of moment of magic from being on level terms and walking away with points. You know? The mentality of this club has changed. I know I had that little bit of a joke a minute about Glenn Murray, but he's going to bring Glenn Murray out of retirement. You know he is.
Yeah.
But things have changed, you know? And despite the fact we ain't playing well, in fact, so poorly, it is the 2 worst performances we put in for a long, long while.
Yeah.
It's only been a goal. One little goal has cost us, you know. And today, Man City, for all their money, all their talent, they didn't dominate us. We gifted them that result today.
Yeah. 2
defensive errors, slack passing as a unit in the forward positions. You know, it's cost us dearly, but fine margins and all that.
Should David Moyes have stuck with a 4-2-3-1 rather than change it up?
I can completely understand the way he went that way today. It's just, you know, you're tinkering your system to counter one of the best sides in the world, and that's completely understandable. But barring those first 20 minutes, when it worked, the rest of it was completely woeful.
Yep. Can't disagree. You may have noticed, those of you on the stream, but we have been joined at long last by our main man from, it's not a main man from Main Road, a main man from Manchester, the Pink Palermo, who was there at the Etihad Stadium this afternoon. Pinky, are you with us? I can't see. It's very dark in there.
Yeah, I am. Just bear with me. I'm.
No worries. Well, I can. Go on, buddy.
Sorry.
I was just going to say you just about caught us because we were just about to sign off. We didn't think you were going to get on today, but I'm glad you're here anyway. Are you set up? Are you good to chat for a few minutes?
Yeah. Go. Yeah.
Can you swivel round for us? Can you give us a 90-degree turn on your thing so we can see a bit more of you?
How's that?
Beautiful. Did you drive today, or are you passenger?
Yeah, I drove. I'm drove. I'm on my way up to Glasgow. So.
You're going even deeper into the dark nights up there. What did you Okay, initial post-match thoughts. What did you make of it today? Were we battered? Were we unfortunate? Did David Moyes make the right decision at the start of the game and with his substitutions? What do you think?
No, we weren't battered. But let's be clear, the better team on the day won. I mean, let's not muck around here. But you're losing by what turned out to be the odd goal away at that Manchester City. There's no disgrace in it. Let's be honest. But equally, at no stage today did I actually think we were going to win. And so the most we were ever going to get today was a point. In the end, we didn't get anywhere near that, truth be told. But certainly not battered, certainly not disgraced. But they had just a little bit more quality all over the pitch than we had today. That's for certain. Of that, I've got no doubt. And you look at it and say the first half was a bit of a farce. I mean, you guys, I assume, were watching on streams and what have you. I have to tell you, the conditions were awful in the first half. And whilst you say it's the same for both teams, when you've got players who are slightly better quality, all over the park, slightly better balance than our lads, if you know what I mean. Just 2 or 3% difference here and there. You add it together, though, it's quite considerable. And we barely got out of our first half, if I'm being honest.
Well, I mean, to be fair, sorry, I was just going to say we made the point during the stream that we weren't too bad in that opening 15 or 20 minutes. I think it was pretty much like for like in terms of possession. We didn't get that many shots away, but we were making inroads. Side Ben Rama, we've spoken about, got in some really good positions, made the wrong decision a couple of times. Wasn't his day. But we talk about that the conditions. They're often a leveler, but as you've just pointed out, it seemed to go against us today, didn't it? We seemed to come off worse when the snow started to fall really heavily. And as you say, we couldn't see the ball at all on TV. I mean, you should have, if you were listening to this stream, it was like a comedy. We couldn't. I mean, they hit the post right near the end of the first half. The shots, can't think was it Jesus who had the shot. We couldn't even see whether he'd hit the post or not. It was that bad. So God knows what it was like for you guys actually at the stadium.
I mean, literally, you couldn't see 30 yards. It was a bit of a farce, truth be told. And as I say, the difference for my money was their players were just a little more certain on their feet than ours were. And therefore, you're going to play with that little bit more confidence. Your passing is going to be a bit crisper. But what I have to say about the Man City team, their work rate, both with and without the ball, really is fabulous. And, you know, when we had the ball, any one of our players, they just looked up and all they could see was 4 or 5 Man City shirts surrounding them. I mean, you know, you couldn't see another West Ham player because in the way were half the Man City team all afternoon, and they're good at it. And you know, people going about, you know, how good their attacking players. I actually think it's defensive shape, structure, and work rate that just makes them so hard to beat because you can't get the ball. You just can't get hold of the ball for period to play.
Well, look, let's talk about our shape briefly because you know we spoke at the start of the game about how we had changed our setup. That favoured 4-2-3-1 formation slightly changed. Looks like we went 3-4-3, like a 5-4-1 when not in possession, and you know, Masuaku breaking forward when we were. And of course, that cost us dearly, didn't it, for the opening goal because Arthur was woefully out of position when that ball was played across to Mahrez on the right hand side, and he put the ball in, and we were caught out there. How does David Moyes come out of this view? Do you think he could have been a bit braver and stuck with his favoured formation? And also, I've got to come to it because this was our first main big talking point after the match. Soufal at left back. Why didn't he change? Why didn't he swap Johnson and Soufal? In your view,
would you be asked? I mean, you know, you got a player who's been on, he's playing okay, he's doing okay. I'd always get the senior player to go and do the other side, to be honest with you. I don't have an issue with what he did there. The bigger question, of course, is starting with Arthur. Because every single football fan in the world knows he can't defend. He's you know, and it's always his defensive duties that are gonna let him down. And you can see what the manager was trying to do. What I would say is right formation, right idea, wrong personnel. It's the wrong personnel. And you know, as tempting as it is to pin another one on the manager or something like that, because shock horror, you know, that's 2 away defeats on the spin. Wolves, I think, I could say there, I think the manager got it wrong. Today, sometimes you just got to say the opposition were better. You know, and you know, how many points have Man City dropped at home this season?
Well, not so well. We mentioned the Palace game, but we're assuming now that was a bit of an anomaly, the way that they were beaten there. But as you say, they were phenomenal today. They were first to every ball, and you know, they showed why they're a team that's you know, so highly rated and so expensively put together. But do you feel we did ourselves justice today? Did you feel we played as well as we possibly could in the circumstances? I mean, you know, we spoke about individual performances. Michail Antonio, anonymous again, kept, you know, couldn't track the ball. The ball kept bouncing off him. Said Benrahma, not at the races at all again today. And, you know, Pablo Fornals again, you know, pretty anonymous. Or was it just the case that we weren't given the opportunities to play by an exceptionally good team?
I think your second point is probably the dominant factor. But just you know, I would pick up on Antonio's performance. What did we pay for Antonio all those years ago?
6 million, whatever. Where it was 6-8 million, whatever, something like that, wasn't it?
Wasn't a lot of money. Well, it wasn't a lot of money. Is the bottom line. That's what you get for the money, and he's been brilliant for us in recent times.
He has,
but I think he's dead tired. We need an option, and we simply haven't got one. You know, and is that Antonio's fault? I don't think so. You know, you've got to look at it and say, you know, we've got a transfer window coming up. Obviously, we've got injuries have impacted the squad. Obviously, we know Ogbonna's going to be out for the rest of the season. So the manager's going to be tempted to strengthen in that area. but I honestly feel we need some fresh legs up top. We really do. And even if he does nothing else, you might get somebody in that can allow us to give Antonio a fortnight off. Or if his physique's not the issue, you then say, well, we're giving you some competition for the shirt, Antonio. And as well as you've done for us, you're not an automatic pick unless you're doing the business. And so for my money, I think it was more the fact that the opposition were just better today, and let's not beat ourselves up, for goodness sake.
No, fair point. Rio, did you want to fire any questions over to Pinky?
The main thing is, like, I think you covered the main thing in terms of position. Also, I think Pinky just made a more than valid comment there. But I'm hypercritical of us today because of our performance. We didn't string 3 passes together from the last 70 minutes. But we have got to take into consideration the opposition. You're completely right. The money spent on them as well. The only thing for me really is it's just how was our support coping in northern temperatures? Because it's been a while since we've had to do that, hasn't it? I think it was everyone out of practice.
Not at all. Most of us were in shorts and t-shirts, but we noticed the Northerners had the heavy coats.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
I mean, the diehards among us aren't even contemplating putting heating on at home yet. I mean, let's not kid ourselves. We criticise the authorities when they call matches off and things like that. I've just had a 30-minute walk back to the car in treacherous paths and pavements and all the rest of it. And there will be people who will have fallen over and hurt themselves. And this is why they call matches off when the snow falls. The immediate vicinity around the ground is fine. You go 100 yards away from it and you are walking on sheets of ice. And, in some respects, I'm very surprised today's game went ahead. We actually thought towards the end of the first half that it might get called off. The snow was that heavy. But no, I mean, the supporters, there were quite a few empty seats there today, or spaces. No big shock really. 2:00 Sunday, freezing cold up north against Man City. There's one to sack off, innit, really, if you're being honest.
Well, it was actually sold out because I believe, because I was close on playing going, but I think the weather might have taken its toll.
I think so, Rio, and you can't blame supporters. I mean, you think about it. We've just come through a COVID situation. We're still in a lot of people, and a lot of our support will either be self-employed or in, should we say, ordinary jobs rather than what I call executive positions, for want of a better phrase. And you've got to get to work. You're going to risk getting marooned up north if there's dodgy and people are saying it's going to chuck down with snow. Probably not. And I wouldn't blame any supporter for not turning up today. I reckon we had quite a few empty seats there today. We've sold the tickets, but people didn't arrive. Interesting, they've got the rail stands in the lower tier of the Etihad now.
Oh, they have,
which is quite interesting. Yeah, and I think they're quite positive actually. You can see why it's an idea and a runner. The Etihad, the seats are a reasonable size anyway, so you've got okay spacing between each position. But I think that's a goer, and I think I certainly know in our ground, if they put them in at the London Stadium, that would be a huge hit for many of our supporters, that's for sure.
Would you stand, Pinky?
Standing up behind the goals.
Would you stand?
Not for me, because I've got a bad back, mate. So for me personally, I struggle.
That ship sailed, unfortunately.
but you can't say design a stadium for the benefit of me, because we had one of those for 100 years and we moved grounds, and so but
good to see it back though.
They're trying at Man City, but I do wonder about the soul of that football club, because you look at it now. I think we compete today, and yet they're going away. Sure, the Man City supporters will be all that happy, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
They're almost at the stage now where if they're not winning by 4s and 5s every week as well, we need a reshuffle and things like that. And is that Man City? Not for me.
Well, do you know, I mean, I was kind of like that up to about a couple of weeks ago at West Ham. So God knows what it's like for Man City, where they've been used to it for, several years now. But yeah, it's I get what you're saying. It's not the same as it was all those years ago. But I'm sure they're reasonably happy with all the silverware they're picking up. Pinky, let me ask you, because Rio's already come in on this one. Brighton on Wednesday. What was it, Rio? 8 games in a row that we haven't beaten them in 2012. 9 years since we last beat them in a competitive fixture, Pinky. Can we beat them this Wednesday?
Yeah, I think we can. I really think we can. I mean, Brighton can't buy wins at the minute. That's for sure. And I think we're a pretty good football team, if I'm being honest. I think we're pretty good. I think we're competitive. When you're up against the very best.
Are you there?
In the part of the league table where we are, I don't think it's an accident. And I expect us to show that to Brighton and Hove Albion midweek. I think we'll beat them. I think we'll beat them comfortably by a 2-goal margin. Okay.
Excellent. Well, let's hope so. It'd be nice to end the stream anyway on a positive note. And of course, we haven't talked about Lanzini's goal to you yet, Pink. I mean, Rio and I, we thought it was an absolute belter and potentially a goal of the season contender. But were you behind that goal? Was it the other end for our fans today?
No, it's down at our end, and I was absolutely thrilled. And you recall, midweek I said that I think it'd be worth starting berth. He didn't get that today. He came on as a sub, but just makes you wonder if he'd been on from the start, what might have happened. But delighted for him. Terrific goal. And the key thing for me, we've lost by the odd goal against the champions at their place. Okay. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't so many seasons ago we were getting done by 5 and 6 by that lot. Yeah. And so for my money, the rest of the league will look at that and go, narrow defeat for West Ham. They won't necessarily look at the details and go, actually, wasn't that narrow really if you study the match. But ultimately, we've only actually shrunk our goal difference by 1, having played that lot. I'll take that. Yeah, and as Rio pointed out, every defeat we've suffered this season has been by the odd goal. No one's really given us a good hiding yet. And I suppose you might look at the statistics today and the XG stat and say, well, perhaps we were a little bit fortunate. It wasn't an even more comprehensive defeat, but you can only go by what the score is at the end of the day. And it's finished 2-1 to Manchester City. That is about it from us. It's been an interesting stream today. We've had Rio from the south, me from the Midlands, Pinky from the north, and Noam all the way from New York. So we've been all over the shop this afternoon.
It was a studio in New Cross. We know it.
Yeah, we're not having it. He wasn't in New York. Well, we'll see on Wednesday because he's apparently coming on again. Pinky, you good for the Brighton stream on Wednesday? Pinky seems to have disappeared into the ether. I don't know if he can hear us, but anyway, it doesn't matter. We shall. Whichever formation we use ourselves on Wednesday night, the KUMB will be here with you for the live stream once again. Another Eyes Up Mother Brown between West Ham United and Brighton. That's just about it from us, as I say, tonight. It was Manchester City's 10th Premier League win against West Ham under Pep Guardiola in 11 matches. But on the bright side, we always do like to end on a positive, Rio, don't we? We can say that the final score in the snowball fights was Declan Rice 1, Manchester City supporters 0. So we can take some kind of moral victory from that anyway. As I say, that's it from us tonight. We shall see you again on Wednesday. West Ham United versus Brighton, when the Hammers hope to bounce back with a win. And after 2 consecutive defeats, we could probably really do with one. Until then, take care, everyone. We'll see you all very soon. Come on, you Irons.
Don't cross your arms, Pinky. You're driving.
I'm not moving, honest.